Introducing the
Well, hello, hello. Let's see if there's any other games going on. For here. Let's see what other games are going on. I know, what was it? YFT and NBG?
I got enough tanks going to the Astro 4.
Okay, I think because they just ended, so it's gonna take might take a few minutes. I'm not gonna, I'm being honest. Alright, so while we wait, we can watch the YSP and NBG game.
I'm out of here.
Wait, YSP
Redundant.
13 to 9. Nice.
Spike planted.
Yeah, man,
Enemy remaining. Flawless.
we will go to the core game after this. Alright, so Pearl, we're running a Neon Jet, Vice, Astra, Sova. And then NBG is running a Neon Sova, Astra, but instead of
Spike planted.
YFP's team looks a lot more
Standing ahead.
attacker sided. They look like in a very, I think that this YFP just looks like a much more aggressive team. Which I can respect. Double duelists such as Jet and Neon, it's a pain in the ass to deal with. So instead of having it's a single initiator.
One enemy remaining.
They're confident in the single initiator play.
One enemy remaining.
Ooh, that shit, Seller. Come on.
Concentrate, Sova.
Turret out.
Right here. Right here.
Just doing interviews, they haven't even started. I'm so happy Pro being good.
Blinding.
Fucking love this. He didn't kill him? How does he not die at that? Yo, Thief is fucking lucky. How does he not
Attacker
die?
spawned.
Fucking sprayed his ass.
Go, go, go.
I think that's how 5P is gonna just steamroll.
Go, go, go. One enemy remaining.
Oh, finally calling a timeout. He got stunned. Yeah, YFP looks fucking good though. I fuck with him. Look like a good squad overall. Somebody time when we're gonna start? I'm just doing interviews. So I might not start for another like 10 minutes, if I'm gonna be honest. So we'll watch YFP until Core comes on, and then we'll watch Core.
I'm gonna fry that bot.
Let's see what's going on with buy. NVG's buy looking really well. Full stand mode. Holy shit, my mic!
Here.
Yeah, nothing's gonna go on this round. It's gonna be like fucking farming.
Need that back. Taking that back.
I'm somewhat reading it. Asher knows it might be a go back to A. But no one's watching mid. Mid is absolutely gone. Oh, they're rotating. They know. They have a hunch. There's a hunch of going to A. Yeah. There's that full push.
Rip and tear.
Honestly, if they get a few kills,
30 seconds
they
left.
just stop it as much as they can.
Shot down.
Spike planted.
Shoot it, man! Just shoot it! Why do you gotta be so precise? Just shoot it! It hits! But he's just gonna farm, yeah. I'm twerking for
incredibly,
Snarly, alright?
just
That's if y'all
insane when
need
they
to
were
know.
going against that matchup against Shopify
Twerking
Brother
for
Black.
Snarly.
Super proactive, I feel like we're finally past that era of trying to figure out Teho, trying to figure out the things that really work out. It's just a very clear understanding of how Core wants to play with it and how
Yo,
it
can you
allows them
increase
to
your
play a
mic
little bit more
volume,
aggressive and
please, a
set.
bit? Yeah, I got you.
And I actually, sorry,
Hello?
one thing I want to
Can you hear
mention
me?
about Snarly is the fact that,
Maybe
I mean,
the audio's
so
also
many
a
people
little
were questioning like why this
Hello,
player
hello?
is off the Sentinel role, right? But like to me, it makes complete sense because this player,
If I'm speaking a little low,
he's
let me
very
know.
active player. He always wants to be part of the team fights, and now he's on a role where he can be in that sort of space
boy Roy.
and bring that confidence that, you know, the challenge people.
I need this to
confidence
be known.
into a
Roy
team
has
where the team
always,
fight
every
dynamic, and
time
between him
we have
and Dark,
played,
two players on the team
Roy
that are
has
very
always
vocal,
picked us to
but
win.
Timotino as well at the
I think
tip of the
in
spear.
stage
I think
1
that
and
trio
stage 2,
is a
Roy
pretty
has
dangerous
always picked us to win.
I'm glad
So
you mentioned Timotino. Also
shout out to
great
Roy.
idea on court.
He's my
There's
boy.
full of great names today. Timotino, who also was born in 2007 to 8. I remember that year, but moving forward.
Oh my God.
I know, right? Timotino on the duelist role. On that,
Bro,
like, you talk about that you'll remember.
fuck
You also
shit
see him
up,
on the
bro.
way,
I actually am
Roy.
so excited.
Sometimes on Jet, but really just,
That poutine, bro. That poutine be
he's so
going
scary and
fucking
has a
hard.
great name.
Yeah, I mean, this is a
Poutine
duelist
be
that's
going
really
crazy.
coming into form now, right? As time goes on. Like at first, the conversation was about how this player was
let
a
the
space
fucking
taker
kid
and how
cook.
Core didn't
Always
really
gotta
need
let
a
him cook.
superstar
Put him on
player,
Yoru
right?
every single time.
And
Don't
he
even
wasn't
put him on anything
necessarily
else. Just put him on
the superstar
Yoru.
player. But now, I feel like he's finally starting to put up those performances. He's starting to put up the superstar performances. His stats have looked great. He's really finding his form. He's really finding his place
excited.
within
I'm
this
so
team,
fucking excited.
and he's shining bright.
It has been really fun to see Timotino and even the growth that he's had on this team of
Look at
Core
this
from
highlight
the
reel,
beginning.
bro. He's
I
a
was
fucking
honestly
G.
just doubting a little bit of what Core
Bro,
had
he's a
been
G.
doing with Timotino. A lot of this Euro more often than not, and it just seems like they were not really finding themselves just yet. But with a couple of reps, with what they were able to learn from stage 1, they look amazing. And Timotino is one of those guys who's constantly starting those fights. He's the second best rated player that we have. And guess who's first? Just take a guess.
Oh, is it
Roy,
King's
you're
here?
the analyst. You do it.
Exactly.
The easiest question. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm so smart. Look at me, guys.
Wow, it's almost like you're an analyst. But I'm gonna ask you a question about Timotino, Dan. We've been talking a lot about kind of like the duelist styles. You said he's really kind of come into himself and found his confidence.
Did we start in
How
like
would you
5
describe
minutes
his
or so?
playstyle as
They're
a
just
duelist?
hyping
We've
the
been
team
highlighting
up. I
duelists
think
all
people are just
weekend.
getting in.
Yeah,
If they
it's
win this, awesome. They will
honestly,
lose. They
this
might be a
whole-
TSM revenge
this
match
whole
either way.
challenger split
Bro,
is very different to
TSM
what we saw
revenge
in the
match might be
beginning,
go
where
crazy.
It was like this up and
You
coming
know,
duelist
because
that
the
we were
thing
trying to
is,
figure out how they were
I
gonna
I
kind of
still to this
set
day
the
think
team
we
up
would
for
have beaten
success, or
TSM.
how the,
If it wasn't for the
or if it
whole
was the
map
other
one
way
thing.
around. I think for Team
I think we
Latinos,
still
he's
would have won
finding
that map.
a little
Again,
bit of that space. He looks the best
minus
on the Euro.
the
He's so
controversy
proactive on
aside,
the Euro.
I do
He
believe
was
that
able to grab a
our
lot of
team looked
match
really
control
solid.
thanks to that.
Stage
I
1,
think
we
the
looked really, really
Waylay
good.
was not my
Stage,
favorite, I
like,
gotta say, when
in
they
the
played against
playoffs,
Shopify
I know
Brother
we
Black.
got
He
out, I
played
think, in the
on
first
map of
round. We
Lotus,
lost to
and on
Hubert and
challengers, we've
TSM,
seen
but I
that
still
Waylay
think
being
we
played
put
in
up, like,
lot
a
more
really
maps
good
that
fight
we've seen
against them.
VCT and at the very
I
top.
think stage 2, we're just even
So
better.
for Lotus,
I
Hubert
genuinely
was my
believe if we
favorite.
go
I'm not
against
sure to go
TSM,
with
we'll
the,
beat them.
you know, the
We're
classic
very,
role
very
that
fucking
is
good.
working out so well for him.
Like, we have a lot of
And
confidence.
we're
These,
seeing
this team
teams
looks
test
very,
it
very
out
good
and
in
then
stage
go
2
back
compared to
to
stage
something
1.
like
They
that.
look
So
like a
if
completely
we're
different
going
team.
to go in
Everyone
the map
looks
of
like they're
Lotus,
clicking on all cylinders.
maybe that instead that was
It's
I think
solid.
it's my
I'm
only
not gonna lie.
comment on
Very, very
his
solid.
recent performance. But I mean, the team is undefeated. He's still fragging out. Everybody's playing so well around him, playing so well around the way.
Yeah, I know,
as
bro.
well,
I'm
to be
very
fair.
happy that
But
with
it's
with
just
Nerf.
those little things that
He's
you
a great
fix
leader and a
when
good
you're going
IGL.
against an
I'm
enemy
really
that's
happy with him.
also
He's
undefeated.
just genuinely like a great guy.
Brilliant segue.
Also, he's like a really
Envy,
nice person.
yes, that is the team that they
Very, very
will
nice
be
guy.
facing today. Again, both teams are undefeated in the Swiss stage. Roy is laughing because that was such a good segue. And I know a lot of you chat are in here for them. Welcome. We are so happy to have you here. And Envy, I mean, I think they were a team that just kind of have been constantly, Roy, been proving the doubters
Wait,
wrong
why couldn't they
every
get Kanzera and
single
Ion?
damn time they play a match.
Poppin, Exter. Well, they got everybody, but they couldn't get the other two.
That's me. I was one of the doubters.
I never understood that.
I completely
Like,
doubted
why
the
can't
team in
they-
the first split.
like,
I thought their style would not.
Can't they just
would
like
not
take a
convert,
picture
but
with
after
themselves?
actually
Like,
doing
then
a deep dive
what,
into
just
the
go to
way
a
they
wall
play
and take a
this game,
picture
into
and then
how
send
they
it. I don't
approach
know.
I genuinely
Is there like an
feel
actual
they have
reason? Is it like a
stumbled
TO
on this
thing or is it like an
weird
org
niche
thing? They just don't
meta
send
that works
pictures.
extremely well for them,
I'm kinda
especially with how
confused.
relevant Yoru is. I feel like their
The
confidence
aura
just
gain
makes
from this
sense.
will
Their
be
style and
generational. Oh
identity
my
is
god,
completely
bro.
clear.
We
And
beat the number.
ultimately,
If
this
we
team,
win
despite
this,
their
we
shortcomings in
would
split
be
one, I
beating the
still
number
feel
1
like
and
this
the number
roster's
2
coming with a
teams
chip
in
on their
VCL.
shoulders. They have a lot to prove.
Because Envy, I
and
still
their
think is
is like a
two
top 3
results have
team
been
in the VCL.
outstanding.
Yes, and really,
Shopify,
I
they
mean,
just won
we always
stage
talk
1,
about, you know,
so
the
I think
kind
they're
of the
still a top
stars
team.
here. Obviously, people
So
have, like,
beating
popular
them
fan
and
bases coming
Envy
in
would,
here.
bro,
We realized
our
that we did not
not
mention
our
that
ego, but
one
our
of those
confidence
folks
would
who have
be
really
on an
proved
all-time
themselves as
high.
such a stellar, tried and true, again, stoic player on this team is Poppin. The other game that I hosted with him the other day, I was just constantly, Dan, just draw on the floor with Poppin what his tenacity and cerebralness.
I think Timotino's
Ooh,
bro,
this is some
Timotino's
crazy
easily a
words
top
that
3
you're
I know,
player.
Roy, he went
Bro,
high
the
octane,
impact
and I was
that
like, I
he
gotta
brings
bring up
into
the
the team
SAT
is insane.
vocab.
He is just such an energetic guy.
It's super
Genuinely
fun.
such
It's
an
super
energetic
fun to
guy.
see Poppin in the way that
He's
he's
the life of the
playing
team,
around
honestly.
a team that likes to run it down, right? And that has been the narrative from them, and it continues to be that narrative that we have of Envy. So, what do you need for a team that wants to play that fast? An initiator that is able to play as fast and either whether it's going to be with the Sova or with the Fade, kind of get that info very early on, so your 2 or 1 duelist is able to jump in right into the fight. Not only that, but it's just a perfect mix that you have of setting up your
I think
team,
this is like the most
but
open
also
DCL
being
has ever
able to
been.
frag out
In the past like
yourself
2 years
when
it's been
things get a little
happening.
tricky, when
Or 2-3 years
your
it's been
duelist is getting
happening.
traded
I think
off,
this is like
you see
the
Poppin
most.
right away trying to help out.
You can
and
name like 5
doing
teams
so
that can make
very
it to
successfully.
Ascension.
They're
Like
undefeated
genuinely,
even
like
in
you can.
maps, and
There's no.
that is not something
M80
that
isn't running the
Esports
show
can say
anymore
they have
with
right
that squad, where it's just
To add
M80
on to
running
that
the
as well,
entire
Poppin,
NA
you know,
scene.
first split, he wasn't really
I think like
having
now,
the best like, statistic showing, right?
I'm not saying
But
M80 is a
there's
bad
heavy
team,
IGL
but they're
tax,
definitely
you
not
gotta
as
pay your
strong as
IGL
when there
taxes,
was
and I feel like
Nismo,
now it's a split 2 where
Xander,
they've doubled
John
down on their
QT, and all
style
them.
instead of like
They're definitely not as
swapping
strong as
things
when that
around and
happened,
reforming
but I do
everything.
think
Like,
they're
no,
still a
they're
very
willing to accept
good
their
team.
identity,
But
they've
in general,
doubled down on
this
it,
is the most
and I think
competitive
that
NA VCL has
playing
ever
within their
been.
comfortability,
So
playing
I'm
with
really
what
happy for
works
what
for
happened.
them has allowed
I'm really
Poppin to
excited.
just like be a lot more focused, a lot more in the moment, because the mental load is just getting easier and
everybody,
easier as everyone's on the same page with how they want to approach
If
the
we even
game.
look at the bracket,
works for Exter, it's Yoru.
Like, look at this.
Tried and true.
Winthrop just
classic.
beat
I don't think you
Shopify.
could pry
Like,
it
how
out of
crazy
his
is
hands At any point,
They
in
just beat
time.
Winthrop.
You won't know
Winthrop
him, you
University
love
just
him.
beat
I see you in
Shopify, the
chat
number 1
again,
team in
getting
the
so
VCL.
excited that he just appeared on
And then you
screen
still got
for
Cooper,
y'all,
you still got
Dan.
Envy,
But this is-
TSM,
he's kind of
M80.
the Yoru meta king.
Like, look, and
almost. I
Embryosa
feel
just is
comfortable
now
calling him
2-1.
that. He's
They came out of
he
nowhere
gets
this
the agent
stage.
down to like almost molecular level. I'm
teams have
on
been
a
looking pretty good,
roll with
like
my
solid.
vocab. I'm so sorry.
I'm really unfortunate, sad, and
He's just
sad
someone who
and
just
Prosperity. I had a lot of hope for
understands
Prosperity. I'm not gonna
Well,
lie, I
he
really
is
did think
your
Prosperity was gonna really make
Oh,
some noise.
shit.
this
The
game.
actual like lore, like
I hope they don't
Oh
get.
my God, that's
I hope they don't
crazy.
get
He
relegated.
is your.
I really hope they
they
they push through and they don't get relegated this one. It'd be really sad to see them like get in and then get out right away. I wouldn't want that to happen for them.
This guy only
So I hope
played
Prosperity
Euro,
pushes through.
Towards the beginning of stage 1, everybody was like, "Wow, this is so cringe. Why is he one tricking Yoru all the time?" And then they go undefeated for the Swiss stage, and it's like, okay, maybe you know what, I get it. But not only is he playing to his strengths, but he's just playing into the meta right now. The meta right now is playing around this Yoru, what he's
Golden
able to
Corral.
do alongside
sponsor that Golden
Zera,
Corral?
whatever he's
I
gonna
mean,
be
this
playing
is
that
news to
Jet
me.
or the
What's,
ISO to set him up for success.
I've heard
And
of
it's
Golden
just-
Corral. What do they
I
even
mean,
sell?
it's just so smart. It's working out for a lot of the teams, and on top of that, you have
Hold up.
the best Yoru that we have in the league. It's perfect.
I think it's safe to say that he has
menus.
the most refined Yoru tech
What
in
is
the
in
league,
Golden
if not in the
Corral?
region,
Let's
to be
see.
honest. Like
We
his
got
his
beef.
tech
Okay,
is by
what's
far
beef
the best,
served?
the most advanced. He's the most in tune with how
Cheeseburger,
he affects the
bacon,
macro. And I think that's
barbecue.
part of the extra allure on this
Okay.
roster is that he doesn't have to put up these
Beverage.
superstar performances because he has
Yeah,
Kane
chocolate
Zera, he has
milk?
all
Just
these
straight
other,
chocolate
he has
milk?
Inspire, he has all these
Bro,
players
I
to
love
eye
how
on,
they
right?
have
Like,
serving
he doesn't
size,
need to be,
gram,
so what he's
calories,
taken
total
on
fat,
within this
saturated.
roster is
Bro,
sort of like
this is the
very
first time I've ever
annoying
seen a
macro
restaurant
level
do this.
character where he's getting on the lines, he's taking the map control, he's
Hold
like
up,
manipulating
wait.
a lot of the
I've
big
never been
picture
to a
stuff,
Golden
and that
Corral.
pressure is a big part of this team's success.
See what else I got.
Well, these
What's
teams,
their
one of them will
breakfast
have
looking
to lose when they face each other, and someone
Apple
whoa.
pecan
Yeah,
topping
use vocab
waffles
words, but I can't speak.
contains
A
egg,
head-to-head
gluten, milk, soy,
we wanted to
tree
highlight for you
nuts,
all
and
is
wheat.
Timotino versus Kane.
Banana French
Zera.
fries. Oh my
Now
God,
we
hold on,
were
yo,
we
this
were
is fucking
highlighting
sick.
Exter just now, but we would be remiss, Roy, if we did not talk about Kane Zera on Envy. You know, like you
What's
just
chicken and
talked about,
turkey?
you brought up while we were talking about Exter. This
Okay,
is a
so
matchup to watch.
Some basic stuff. I think it's crazy.
Absolutely. I mean, wait, Dan, when you said there,
bro, I might have to try
Kane Zera was
Golden
number
Corral.
one, I didn't realize it
Bro,
was
I didn't know they
this
were lit
close.
like
This is a 380-yard difference between
We'll
both
see
of
what
these
kind of soup
players,
they
right? And we hold Kane
They got
Zera to such a high
Brunswick
regard. So I
stew,
think you guys are
Captain's
absolutely
Waffles
right.
contains
This is
gluten
going
and
to be a
wheat,
battle of these two Zoomer
chicken noodle
duels.
soup,
Like,
green
they are
chili
both
stew,
Zoomers.
oyster
That's
crackers,
crack Zoomers. That's all there is to say about these
potato
players. It's
soup
gonna be
with
it's gonna
bacon?
be a lot of firepower.
What the
There's
fuck
gonna be a
would you
lot
add
of
bacon
frags.
to
There's gonna be a
soup?
lot of highlight reels. I'm
Guys,
personally
come on, we
looking
gotta
forward
keep
to
our
it.
head out here.
It's so
Why'd you
fun.
add
It's the
soup?
number
Fucking
one and the
bacon
number
soup.
two
Let's
rated
keep our head
players that
out
we
here.
have
Alright?
so far in the couple weeks that we've had of
Bro, they got like
challenges
no
yet
option for
stage two.
sandwiches. What is?
And,
What's
it's
a
for a good
meatloaf
reason,
sandwich.
right?
Contains
What
eggs,
I admire
gluten,
the
milk,
most
soy
about
wheat.
Kenzera specifically is that he
I don't know how to
it just
feel
seems
about
like
this.
he has
A
no
meatloaf
fear of anything.
all
It
beef
doesn't matter
sandwich?
what the situation is inside of
Yeah,
that
yo, you're
round.
wild
if
for
your
this.
Yoro's getting taken
You
down, if
wild
it's
for this.
a clutch situation, whatever it is, Kenzera
Wait,
is
he
able to
loves
clutch it
Nerve
more
likes
than
Golden
anyone
Corral?
else. And this is also super young
Like,
players, so
unironically?
as you were saying, these two Zoomers going against each other to see. I mean, if
That's so
Kenzera is gonna
funny.
get that #1 spot still, or Timothy
I don't know.
wants to take over,
I
it's-
wouldn't take
it's great.
Nerve
It's
as a
gonna
Golden
be,
Corral kind of
honestly,
guy.
a great game.
That's so
It's
fucking
gonna be
funny.
such a treat. And Dan, I do want to highlight, you and I are
Oh
both
my
technical
God.
consumers. I just
Fucking
want to put
Golden
that out there.
Corral?
Like by technicality, we are one of them.
Sure.
Sure,
Like them, but sure.
No, but by birth year, we relate to them. But it will be QoR versus NV Gaming moving forward. And we have some map picks and bans for you, something that we are very excited for. Where is Yoru gonna
Pearl,
go? And right
Haven,
away,
and
we
Ascent.
see that QoR has picked Pearl. Haven is picked by NV, and we will be ending on Ascent. We've seen a
What
lot
do
of
we
Ascent this
ban? We
weekend, so
ban
it feels
Lotus
if we
and
go to
Icebox?
Ascent.
Damn,
a
we don't
perfect
like
way
Icebox
to
and
end
Lotus?
it. I mean, Roy,
Damn,
I
really
see a
don't-
Pearl. I think
don't
that's a
know.
Yoru's playground.
I like Icebox. I guess the
Absolutely,
team
yeah, I
doesn't like
completely
Icebox.
agree. And I think both of these teams have the Yoru on this map, so it's going to be quite a battle. But I'm not surprised.
I know
to see
we're
this
good on
map getting
Pearl,
picked
and I
by
know we're
QoR,
pretty good
right?
on Haven.
We saw them play it against Shopify
We're really good on
Rebellion
Haven
Black.
and
It was
Pearl,
a
but I know Envy
13-4
also is really
victory
good on
against
Pearl
that
and Haven.
roster. They absolutely blew
I don't
them
think
out of
I've
the
ever
water.
seen our
And
Ascent. I don't
historically
remember
speaking,
seeing our Ascent,
Pearl
so I
has
can't really
shown
give an
cracks
opinion
for the
on that.
Envy side. I'm not surprised they've picked it.
I'm excited.
But that being said, we really haven't seen too much from Envy,
We
guys.
picked-
They've
okay.
in both of
And
their
then they
matches,
pick
they have been
Haven.
complete sweeps. We
Defense
even the
is
maps
on
that we did see
Envy,
from
okay.
Envy, we didn't even get to see that many rounds. Like, there's so much of what
Oh
Envy's
my
gonna
God,
be
it's
coming up
Kate!
with on this first map. We
Hi,
don't really
Kate.
know. Are they
How
comp
are you?
swapping? Are they still playing the same composition? Like,
How
what
are you?
is happening? How are they approaching the map differently? There are so many looming question
win,
marks.
core win,
but
guys.
I'm not surprised to see getting picked by QoR, and I'm curious to see how Envy is going to be approaching this first map.
Yeah, like you said, Roy, they just haven't really played it as much, and that leaves us wondering if they're going to be playing the same. It feels like it's just not one of those teams that is changing things drastically just because it's a composition that seemed to suit them. But they did lose that in overtime against M80 a long time ago. So I'm wondering if it's going to be the same. I do love the double duelist on Pearl. It's just something that fits them. It's something that has worked for other teams. And even though there's a possibility of changing things around, I'm happy with this NV comp.
Yes, and we have some predictions for you all. As a reminder, I was right. I was the only one that was right earlier. Will I be right again? But we are more split than last time. Tenrek
Yo.
is joining me on the Envy train. Chat, I must say, you've convinced me about Exter
Elizabeth,
and Kane's era.
You
I'm
know,
on the train.
I
I'm
know
with
you're
you
a New
all.
Jersey person,
But I just,
and I'm a New
Roy,
Jersey
you said
person.
last time
It's kind of
for
fucked up
the,
that you chose
SRB,
QoR.
Winthrop
I thought, what
match, that
happened
was
to
more
New
like a
Jersey and
55-45.
stick it together?
Is that similar for you
Like,
right
there's
now?
very little of us that actually
Yeah,
enjoy
now
New
this is
Jersey,
like a
and you fucking do that and
51-49
vote
for
Envy?
QoR. I'm actually surprised
Nah,
to see so many
that's
QoR
fucked
picks,
up.
to be honest. I feel like
That's
Envy
fucked
just
up.
has shown insane form.
Shout out to Roy.
So QoR must be doing something right to win everybody's hearts. But yes, I
love Roy.
do think QoR has a weird
I'm excited
dark
too,
horse
Kate.
energy to them. I think this is if anyone's gonna beat
Man,
Envy
Elizabeth,
early
that's
on,
fucked up.
QoR's the underdog
I
team
thought
to
New
do
Jersey
it.
was supposed to
I'm
stick
here
together.
for it. And I'm ready to see
I
what
thought
they're
we were
gonna be
supposed to
bringing to
vibe
us.
and cool.
If it wasn't
So sad.
because of that core match against Shopify Rebellion Black, I would have just put NV 100%. But the way that the map played out, is this map of Pearl specifically just gave me all the indications of what they were gonna be. Oh my
What
God,
the
they're
fuck
playing
is this going?
right now.
What is this comp?
I'm so sorry. Oh, where's our ISO?
Where's my? That's what I was about to
I
say.
need to get
Where's
mine.
Change my
Wait,
prediction.
what do you mean?
change
What
my
you gonna get?
prediction,
Kate?
prediction.
Wait, they're running a Reyna?
Why do you want to change your prediction? I gotta ask you.
Reyna, my beloved. Reyna, I love you. Reyna,
That's
if you're there,
crazy.
if you're real, I love you. And whoever
Whipping
picks
out the
Reyna,
Reyna?
they're on my side. So Kainzera,
Jersey
picking
and
Reyna,
stuff.
this is so fitting for them.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah, you
just
need to get your
so
jersey.
funny
Yeah,
'cause
yeah,
you see it for any other team and it's like,
No,
okay,
we'll get your I
what
think
are
you
we
can get your
doing?
jersey.
But you see it for Envy, it's like, yeah, Kainzera playing Reyna. Why not?
Also, if you're going to,
Roy, what do you
I know
think?
you
Core's
said
thinking
I know
right
you
now,
said you're
seeing
going
as
to
they
Toronto.
select?
If anything, we could just send it to you.
They're either laughing or they're trembling. And I don't think there's any
I
other
think
middle
Dean-
ground
no,
here,
no,
to be
Dean and
honest.
Angie,
But the other
they can
thing
get
that I'm
you it.
noting as well is that Envy's chosen to opt for the Cypher over the Vice. Obviously, Cypher has been the trademark agent for Inspire. I'm
Okay,
not
so
surprised
Core is
to
more
see
just
it.
like a
I'm just
like
curious to see what kind
more
of setups he's going to
predictable,
have
but
because I have
dude,
a
they're
feeling
running the
he's going
Cypher
to have some
and
very refined
Reyna.
setups for us and some very refined attack
fucking
pathing. So I'm excited
crazy.
to see that from
Bro,
the Envy
you
side.
running the Reyna? Yo, I
Well,
mean,
folks, I
again,
know the only people
whatever
more
he-
ready
if
for
that's
this
what he,
match than us and
I guess
chat
they know
are
something. They've
two
been practicing
wonderful
with it.
casters who
That's
had
fucking
opposite
wild,
predictions.
man.
So Tenrek nerds, talk about it. What do you think?
Oh man, I can feel Dan
punching the air from here after her other team picked Reyna, dude. Holy. But what an exciting switch up from Envy out the gate after, like Roy mentioned, we have yet to really see what they're truly capable of. On the flip side,
Bro,
QoR
Envy is
gone
really trying to run it down, bro.
bonkers
Look at
in
their fucking
previous two
squad.
matches,
They're
showing
running
a
it the
lot
fuck
of
down.
what they can do in this new split. And spoiler
I'm
alert,
kind of
it
curious.
is
Like, is this
quite
more like a
8-bit.
respecting or a disrespecting?
Yeah, I mean, I've been on the core train for a little bit. I
Oh
think
my God,
core
yeah, I'm
has
going
been doing a
for
lot in
3
terms
days.
of
Oh, shit.
consistency in this
Pathetic
map.
lives
Also,
in
just
Toronto,
huge
so just
shout
pay
outs
for the
to
for the
their
flight.
entire
Oh shit, that's sick.
roster as a core.
Okay, okay.
But on the flip side, Envy
Me
bringing
and
up
Danny, I don't know
Torreira
about
is the- I
Chloe
feel like that's
and
a dark
Leon,
horse
but
in and
me
of
and
itself.
Danny are
But what Liz
gonna.
said,
We're
it rings
landing
true,
on.
right? I'm on the core side of things.
We're landing
You
on
picked
Thursday
Envy. Are you
morning, and we're
comfortable
leaving
with this
Monday
Reyna
Monday
pick, or-
night. So we're
I
gonna
I almost
we're
wanna
gonna
lean
meet up
back in my
100%.
chair
But
and
yeah, we're
watch
gonna
the
be there for at least
fireworks.
4 or 5 days.
No,
in
We're
Toronto at
talking
least.
about Kane Zera, right? Just to be clear, we're talking about Kane
Yeah, I don't know what
Zera?
day
We just
Chloe's
wait
coming
until he
either.
whips
I know
out
they got one of the
an
days for the weekends, and we got one of the days for the weekends.
But truly,
I think they got
no,
the same day
truly,
weekends
though,
as us.
It's gonna
They got
be
the
a very intense match.
Friday
off
one.
The start though,
The Friday
a lot of
matches?
mid-control just to reel it back into analysis.
Oh,
Good
you're going there for a
mid-control coming out
month.
here on call.
Damn.
This map has had a lot
Okay,
of
okay.
consistency with pistol round mid-control.
good. Go and hang out with friends and family.
100%
Oh, that's
agreed.
nice.
Timotino really been flexing the Euro, honestly, since
All
day
right, match
one
started.
of
Match
his
started. Come on.
fleshing into the meta.
We're starting on attack. Let's get it.
Been quite the pioneer here in North America, and almost as invasive as Exter's one-tricking has been. Will be some stiff competition in this attack. That'll look pretty consistent on this A
Damn.
site.
That's unfortunate.
Rest of the stack, though, unfortunately won't manage the peaks, and popping an eye on each get one to open
Oh,
things
you
up.
fucking
Nerve
dinked
wrap
him.
around back from spawn, can't manage to crack open a kill.
Oh, and immediately.
Oh
that
my
mid-control
God, bro, he
falls.
dinked
This is
two.
Really solid aim and positioning out of Envy.
No.
At this point, Kane Zera proving even more so why they deserve to play on that Reyna.
Cage triggered.
Definitely sure we'll see more of him getting a little greedy with it, but for now, it'll be Inspire to intercept the remaining 2 players who will not hold down this spike drop. Nobody gonna
Nice.
extend. Extra gonna be the first to peek
No.
out. Inspire for the trade back to grab. the
Sorry.
remaining 2.
Sorry.
So
Is
Envy's
Nerve the
defense
IGL?
starts out
Yeah,
very
Nerve is the
disciplined, very
IGL.
slow and very dominant.
Nerve is main IGL.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, it's something we expect out of Envy. That's the beautiful part of it, is that some people think like, oh, Envy's just gonna go run in there. And start
Yeah.
taking
So
fights
Nerve
and
is the
whatnot.
main
No, no, no.
IGL.
They're very good
Um,
about being consistent. And
I
the
think, if I'm
signing
not
of
mistaken,
them,
I could be
of the
wrong. Don't get me
roster
wrong on it, but
to
I
a
believe he like
professional org
secondary
only added
IGL
legitimacy to a
last
lot
year
of
when
their
T-Dog was on the
strategies and the way
team.
that they've been
When T-Dog was the
playing,
main IGL.
and honestly
but
bolster
Nerve
them
would
up
like
here. Now going
also
into it,
IGL.
they're gonna buy up, popping on the Ares
yeah,
Kane
Timotino's the
Zera
main
with a
duelist.
rifle in hand. And this is where the
Snarly
rifle really
is more
starts.
like
A
the
lot of
initiator
aim
slash
control,
sentinel.
really similar to the previous game we saw.
Your first attempt at a real ramp up here. Timotino attempts to gain some extra space with the TP behind the boxes, but Envy will quickly take
Nerve
it
a
back.
goat, 6'5", 300 pounds of
Zera
pure
gonna
muscle
walk
is
out with
wild.
This, Lear gonna go ahead and get a little greedy, and
Oh, wow.
with a spray like that, I'm sure that you have every reason to feel greedy. I'll give the man his ultimate.
I mean, yeah, just one-off Empress at this point. I mean, think of it this way, right? If we have Yoru being this, you know, yokai, this
Oh yeah, bro, they're running it down.
trickster,
They,
teleporting
what
all
Envy
over
does
the
when they were
place, and then we
rankers,
have
bro,
this,
they
like,
just
a-
run
a
it down and play like
green
ranked.
incarnate. It goes from like a very, I mean, honestly, it's like a
Yeah, bro,
bunch
they
of
play-
different
they,
gods
Envy
almost
plays,
clashing against each other, from tricksters
They
to
fucking
greed
play
to
challenges like it's ranked.
whatever
It's so
you have
funny.
over there.
I mean,
That's the
tactically they
team.
play.
I
It looks
guess
like
you
they
could
play
have
like
the
ranked.
Astral
I mean, if it
Form be
works,
something
if
there
it
as
ain't
well,
broke, they'll
but
fix it.
Regardless,
That's fucking
Envy
hilarious.
has definitely shown us some fireworks here, Tenric.
Yeah, out the gate, certainly a little exciting. Arcros
Oh,
ignoring
no,
favor of the
Darkest.
intel. Extra steps out, grabs a Darkest that doesn't have 150 HP. In fact, no one on core does this round. Dangerous one to be pushing into this outlaw that Exter will continue to make some noise with on the outskirts
come on,
of
guys,
this
come on.
B lane. Core dispersing
round
back
here, big
over
round.
into mid to vie for this control that they've been a little more adept at. And Timotino learning that TP has now been procced.
Okay. Interesting play, and you know, good way to get out for Timotino as well, using their own. The mid crawl has been, it didn't work previously on the pistol. It's been tumultuous, but hopefully it can come through here. Kane Zera thinking better of it though.
No.
First shots out, immediately
Spike down
counteracted.
mid.
Kane Zera now gonna get greedy on top of it. Sprays through from Logan,
He
but they
still
aren't
walks
gonna
through.
finish.
He
and that
still
means Kane
walks
Zera
through. He's
is
fucking
just gonna
wild.
chase you down.
He's
What
still
else do you
walking.
expect from
No
this
way.
Look behind you guys. Look behind you,
Hope
please.
Sure expects it, but they're still not turning around yet. They've got a full send on.
Nice,
this side.
Logan.
Logan finally turns back and does deal with Kane Zera, but quite low. And Ion chipping away with the Spectre from the steps, tucks back into his own Nebula as the rest of Envy continue to course forward. Logan, cover fire, but 10 seconds left on the clock, and now it's Inspire's turn to peak. Envy have the shuffle and more than enough to work with for the remaining seconds that QoR wait out this
come
round
on.
and they inevitably win.
Fuck.
I mean, talk about fireworks. More than fireworks, Kane Zera has just been straight farming here, and it's really proving why Kane Zera picked this agent, right?
Yeah.
It was like, oh, hey, you know, we've seen some gaps, some weaknesses here. We could, you know, go and like try and flush things out or put Kane Zera on Clove to have extra stall potential for some sort of counterplay. No. Why do all of that? None of that matters. We have Leers and we have Kane Zera with their ultimate here, which has been like, why not? Just let them farm. Let him cook.
Now we have been here
Truly,
before. We've
have
been in a worse situation.
abandoned any semblance of irony as Envy. Kane Zera has surpassed any expectation or statistic you could think of. There's Eggster on his own
nice shot,
swing. He's
Timo.
good for 2 this round, and Kane Zera as the secondary duelist there to follow it up pretty soon after cover fire.
They're saying it like King
Well
Zera,
placed,
not
but
King
QoR
Zera.
staying respectful and nerve
Oh
spraying
wait,
down on
hold
the
up.
frenzy.
Wait a fucking
It's
minute.
just about
Never
playing
mind.
perfect. Ion with the refrag.
Wait,
though,
there's
restricts
still
this to a
Darkest alive. Darkest is still
2v1,
alive.
as Darkest is forced
Darkest
to
is still
evade
alive.
upon.
We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine.
Big benefit though,
Oh.
out of Darkest is they pick up an equalizing weapon, but everything else is stacked against them. The utility does get refreshed, so salvo's available for this post plant. It's going to be going down. A double up though out of Ion and Eggster
planted.
really starts to ramp up here. You're waiting for a lot
Ooh,
of that
he
Astro
pushes
utility
instead
to
of
be
probably
refreshed.
that.
Darkest up close, waiting for the fight.
Here's the steps, ready to swing into it. Immediate first blind. TP out. They tried to bait it. Now the stun nade. They'll confirm his position, and now the salvo's a force Ion out. Ion
No!
still
Wow,
wins the fight.
concussed is crazy.
Oh my God, that's
Concuss
so crazy.
is a cosmetic.
Crazy.
Concuss
It's
is a
weird. It's
cosmetic
crazy.
in Valorant.
That me and you are on the same level right now because
Fucking concuss is a cosmetic. It doesn't work. It's not a real thing.
Like, that wasn't played
People can
well.
still get
Extra
kills while
wins
being
that.
concussed is insane.
Gone.
This
He's
is bullshit.
gone. He's out. He's
Riot,
out
fix
of
your
here.
fucking game,
He's
man.
gone to Timbuktu and back. He's flown across the
This
globe.
is some bullshit.
And still, Ion wins it. I mean, we're talking about a dark horse. It's a dark day for QoR at this point. Like 4-0 start. It's been what has felt like less than a minute into the game. That's not like accurate at all, but it feels like we haven't even been into it. If Lotus on the very first top of the day felt like 2 maps, this has felt like not even the beginning of one. This has felt like 1 round, and it's been consistently dominated by Envy.
Time to jump.
One slip up, of course. The kryptonite here for Envy. They miss 1 Invader, 1 Timitino, 1 Darkest. That gets inside. You are cooked. Whole reset.
No,
You get activated
bro.
here, but you keep winning fights if you're Envy. And Kane Zera is
They
going
just
to take
swing like
another
they
one.
don't care.
I think at that point, that's just like that's just an unlucky moment, right? Because you're holding out for them, which is the
Yeah.
correct play in the moment. You hold for such an over-aggressive team, but still, Kane Zera just wins. It's just straight up a diff in the moment. And at that point, it's less of a like analytical moment and more of like a unlucky moment.
Yeah, genuinely. So much of this you just can't do anything about unless you are truly better at the game. That's the kind of
fully
aura
pushed
that
out on
Envy
day
gives
2.
up at this
They know
point
it's gonna
right
be a
now
B
in the
push.
Swiss stage. It's the same
They're
kind of
fully
vibe
pushed out.
that the Rankers did back in the first Swiss.
Darkest op.
Decoy.
QoR,
Cutting through.
give the approach on to be a try here. They'll have the TP gate crash on
Nice,
the blind
Timo.
into Inspire and
Good
gets
shit.
the kill off of it. Timitino single-handedly
They don't have
can open
smokes.
up
They
this
have
B
to,
space. Envy is ready for it, and there's 20 seconds on the clock. And you know for a fact they're going to be able to fight this. Darkest holding down this spike though, and there's enough coverage for Envy to stay away. Armageddon now on top of this plant to force out these members of Envy a little bit longer. They'll all channel
Come on,
into hell
44.
as this owl drone comes out to confirm Timatino's position. Logan holding from Plaza as well. Personnel advantage. Eggster pops out first. Good kill on that. Timatino stunned in the back.
Nice!
For there. Trade away off the Cosmic Divide. And it's just down to this 2v2 now. Eggster steps inside the divide. Jumps up.
Nice
followed by
blow, Snarly.
And that's caught. Just down
Logan just
to
plays time.
Ion. Not much more time to work with on this ultimate. Not much more time, period. Wins
Yeah,
the
no
fight,
time.
though.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Nice.
Go for QoR. An operator is
No
what
time.
Ion will escape with.
And he doesn't get the
Oh,
up.
he
Fuck
won't.
you.
Tragic.
Oh.
No up for you.
Even when QoR do everything
Whew.
right, they have
What is all we
dropped
need?
everything.
What is all we need?
Not only do they
What
lose
is
all
all
their
we need?
players,
Now the ball starts rolling.
but they still managed to come out at a deficit, which is truly the aura, right? We talked about that earlier. That Envy has.
We got one.
brought
We
to
got
the
one. Come on.
table.
Come on. Come on. Come
But
on.
really good round.
That was- oh
out of
my God,
QoR
that was a
nonetheless.
huge kill
They
on
used a
fucking,
lot of ultimates.
Tanzera.
The Steel Garden being really pivotal in that moment. A lot of the stall utility was there. That's another element that we have here is that Darkest being alive near the end is super critical normally. But when you're playing against such an unorthodox Envy, using that ultimate preemptively allowed QoR to set up better for the stall on the site. Now the mid fight comes through.
Nice.
Immediately swung upon. Kane Zero
Raid boss down.
out on that. And the moment Envy are forced to try to switch things up, QoR are ready to respond to it in kind. Now, able to fight even more passively for that mid control, which they can infect upon so viciously in the future.
Come on. Now. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Because that initial fight also went in QoR's favor, they're starting to ramp up some of their steam. Snarly
walking on
with
today.
the Nightfall as well as the Dimensional Drifts could be a solid combo. Dimensional Nightfall, something like that, but
You're already
regardless,
through his TP.
Envy
He's ready for the
have
rotate.
counters of their own.
They're leaving A, though. They're not staying.
Eggster has the Dimensional Drift on top of Pop.
They're super slow.
But still, it's just a slow play out of QoR. They do not want to show their hand just yet, especially now that they have the player advantage.
Dimensional drift used by Timatino to try to twist that knife. Camera shot out in Plaza to get this full pathway going and let Timatino really stretch his legs.
Okay, he knows.
Filter out all
Nice.
of that back of
Good
B site,
pick.
And Eggster tries to peek the creep
Cypher's
up
just
from
stuck on
Plaza.
A. He has nothing.
Doesn't get anything
We got
done.
smokes and shit.
QoR have a pretty clean take of B site from here, and even a decoy to get rid of that trap wire real quick so that Envy can't even peek off of that closing angle
Good
post
plays. Come on.
plant.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Now QoR have the entirety of site and the man advantage.
It's a 5v3.
I don't know
Let's get
if
it. Come on.
Envy even wants to fight this.
No, I think QoR did a really good job of dismantling.
they're saving.
it.
They're
You
not
find
even
the
trying. They're
duelists,
saving.
and now
Full
that the
save, full
duelists are
save.
dead, you now have
Nice.
a really good
Round
chunk of
2.
sight.
Come on.
Allow Timatino to play out there, leave all
Full
that
saving. We
stall
all live
utility, and just
for
be
now.
like, hey, we have Darkest up. Salvos are going to be refreshed on top of the fact that we have C's available for Snarly. There it is. Salvos are refreshed just in time, and that's even better because Timatino is now trying to push into enemy territory. Because if QoR is going to try and snowball this back into their favor, they're going to need to not only start it now, but also really take some of these weapons out.
Get a Guardian. It was okay.
Unfortunately,
Now it's
I
gonna be
guess
an
I
upgrade.
overcooked it with the casting calls because
gonna be an
Envy
upgrade
does
after this.
bite
Let's
back, denies the flawless, but great round out of QoR nonetheless.
Also, if he dies, he gets an orb. It's fine. It was a good
To
sacrifice.
attack these multiple channels at once, looking really clean so far from QoR. Just enough respect played to Envy's pinpoints as well. Kane Zero
Exactly.
really
0-4,
the only
2-4.
one
Come on.
getting
Slowly and surely. Slowly and surely. The
overindulgent
gap's
at
getting
this
smaller.
point in the game.
One round at a
Now that
time.
we're 6 rounds in, Envy understands how
Oh
warm
my God, they're
QoR
doing this.
is.
Look at this. Look at this B
and,
push right here. Look at this B push right here.
Want to make sure that
Look at this
they play
bullshit
for
right
their
here.
life a little more consistently here.
Fucking
2
bullshit.
and 3 to start things out here on the defense. Understanding QoR does
Yeah,
not
they
want
use
to
like a
work for
hard
this
push just to
mid-space
read if they're
any
going to
more
be
than just the
initially
doors
there, then they
first
leave.
20, 25 seconds of play.
And then all they do is
QoR
just
has
get chip
been
damage.
doing really, really good on their
Bro,
slow
holy
play.
shit, look at
right?
the amount of
It's
util
helped them
on
a lot
fucking
in terms
A.
of curbing some of the Envy aggression. If they stack into an area, they know Envy's going to try and find an isolated pick on them. And now, speaking of, A main control was not contested by either side, and that's going to give QoR an inkling of
don't know. This is,
information. The stack should be
a little
here,
too much
and they're
util,
going
if
to
I'm
try
gonna
and
be
fight
honest
through
with
it.
Look at all this. Look at all this. Oh
Envy
my God,
gravity
Timotino.
wells. Timatino TP's in. Kane Zero can at least counteract that first focal point of the
Honestly,
push.
it's not a bad
Front
trade.
Of the site
They
is
get
taken over by
the
QoR.
Cypher
There's
tricks and
nobody
all
on the
that.
art swing, so Envy have to play back.
Cypher
As
can't
Logan
use his
creeps up
ult.
through that midway. Envy have everybody
We
up
got
here
really, really good
in
util,
dugout
post-plant util.
and Flowers. Dimensional Drift will confirm 2 positions on site. And he'll fight for those two alone. Try and cut this fight in
The fact that
half.
Snarly even got one of
The
these
spray
things.
through from
Darkest
Darkest
didn't even
is
see
so
them and he's got
good.
them.
For two, in fact,
Oh
it's Snarly
my
with the
god,
rebound by
let's
Van
go.
Ford. Find the momentum in the
3 in a
bleakest of
row.
moments
Come
to
on.
keep the streak going for themselves.
Come on now.
We're not starting to see some of that same power out of Envy that
3
we
in a row,
saw
3 in a row. Let's go.
previously,
That's
right?
huge.
The
Huge
first 4
plays.
rounds felt like a
Come on now.
flash in the pan because they were going and fighting out so well and finding QoR in these moments. QoR doing a really good
I'm
job
corming
of
right
saying,
now.
hey,
I'm not gonna lie,
if we're
I'm
going to be
corming.
caught off guard in all these moments, just don't get caught off guard. We need to play the game better. Fall back. If they're going to be
Oh, and they got a
unorthodox,
timeout?
we're going to make sure
Ooh,
to
okay,
be
they know.
unorthodox. Well, actually, really orthodox by
All right, I'm
being
gonna go
very
use the bathroom while this
cognizant
timeout's going on.
playing
Right back.
on that back line. They're not necessarily pushing in or fighting into A main early. They're not going for early B control, B main control specifically. They're not fighting anything early. And because of that, it's tripped up Envy, who were sort of half expecting that. They did try to adapt some things, right? Not fighting out for A main control, but leaving the Cypher setup there. And because that didn't work, they just fought straight through it with some crucial ultimates on QoR's side. Envy now need to take a timeout. I also am enjoying the fact that Envy, because with the added coaching staff and all that stuff, can take timeouts like this, a preemptive one. It's gonna be a slightly weaker buy for Envy, and more than the weaker buy, it is a form of concern. QoR is most likely gonna get their 4th here, and they're gonna be on even footing.
Preemptive timeout like this could be called to see if they could find a round with these ultimates. Poppin, known to go for these chase downs with the Hunter's Fury, and of course with an Earl Theft, you can get the early read that Envy love to work off of so fearlessly in the mid round. So trying to find some structure in a round where normally QoR would be able to very easily farm, and so they'll still play back despite the fact that they know it's likely that Kane Zero won't be getting too feisty this round. In fact, he's holding with his buddy Poppin.
Oh, really good discipline out of Timo
Oh,
Tino.
wow.
So smart. And I think that's another thing out of QoR is like they're gonna give Envy all the respect. That's how I think QoR was able to upset Shopify Rebellion and do so much.
We got a pick
It's
too?
because
Holy shit,
they're
huge.
now being such a disciplined roster.
Oh, that comes
right?
in. Oh.
It's crazy
No,
to say this.
he's so
And
patient.
even crazier to see on the kill feed. Kane Zero
Fucking
finds
confidence in
Simutino.
this guy.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he wins that fight, to be completely honest with you, but he does. Ion now stuck inside this Nebula. Snarly.
Nice!
Through the intuition.
He gets a spray.
Nabs a kill for free.
Look at him.
And
He
QoR
just
once again at the
pushes.
pick of the
Because
lead
he's
with
Reyna, he
40
can do
seconds on the
that.
clock
The
here.
fact that he
Kane
can just
Zero
push in
chase down
Reyna and he
another
can
one
do
for
that is
QoR.
insane.
On the
Look at
run.
him. What a
They'll make it
freak.
back to a 2-man infected site.
Yeah, they're just gonna run towards B. They
What a
do not
freak,
wanna
he just
fight
walks
Kane
up.
Zera. It feels like avoid the Kane Zera
No reason.
moment,
No reason to
which
do
honestly,
this.
Fair enough.
He's doing it
But-
for the love of the game.
Even more than that, Kane Zera is the only one with a weapon, so it makes sense.
Salvo's really gonna sting.
Oh, he's not even
Exter
flagging
as he
anymore.
Tries to contest the Cosmic Divide. Beautifully placed C's to nab Exter in the back hall as well. And now you can get really abrasive with it. Snarly just kind of get disrespectful.
no.
And that actually
Nice,
lets
good
Kane
trade.
Zera cut through as Logan is stuck outside of that divide. But the rest of QoR from lane should have this fight
It's
wrapped
fine, he's
up.
one shot
Kane
anyways.
Zera
He's
has
literally
to
2
get the
HP.
ace to clutch
Literally
up.
2 fucking
And
HP.
I
Come on
think
now.
They have a smoke to cycle through as well. Minimal health,
Nice.
the Darkest can just spray it
Good
down
shit.
to tie us
That's
up
what I'm
at
fucking
4
talking
now.
about.
Yeah, but a lot closer out of Envy at this point. Playing a bit more for the retake and reactive to it. Kane Zera really being that difference maker for why it got so close. But 4 rounds in a row for both sides. And again, right, it's a stark difference that I want to highlight between the teams. QoR was playing it slow, whereas on the flip side, Envy likes to play it fast. And now, this is truly where the timeout is going to be tested on round number 9 after the eco buy. Another little element to kind of throw into this is the fact that you have Armageddon on Darkest and 3 ultimates on Envy. We have Inspire's Neural Theft, Poppin's Hunter's Fury, and an Empress online for Kane Zera.
And we have a whole lot of tempo control at the moment. They can spring the trap at any moment or multiple this round. The main thing to do
my God,
is
is that
just shut down
Holacracy?
QoR one time to get something
Number one
started
Valorant
time
streamer?
this round.
Oh
Extra
my God, let's
aggressive
go.
as always on top of the flash. Good for just the one. And QoR see the sign. They have to run forward now or never. Armageddon into
they
the
don't know.
back
They
hall.
didn't clear him.
Inspire stuck inside this cyber cage. Not found
Yeah,
just
they
yet.
didn't
Just a
clear
little
him. They
bit
don't
of
know
chip
about.
damage
They
done.
don't know about
They can't step
Inspire.
outside at the moment.
They do know about Inspire.
Can't find the finishing kill. Luckily, Poppin can though, and he does some cut into the remainder of default as well.
Let's
But
go!
we get the
Oh my God,
for
raid
King
boss
from
down.
Kane Zera, and now some more from Poppin below. But the angle timing is okay for him to at least get on the site. Snarly from the back, call for the peek out, and now it's effectively a 1v3. Then Poppin might just win! He finds both on top of Spike! Snarly at least finds the wrap back, but now in the 1v1 against
No!
who will win it?
No!
Oh my
It's
God.
never clean, but it's always entertaining
Shit.
as hell. Envy have the lead back.
They snatch it away, Snarly. Just
No,
delays,
Chloe, I'm not
all I
okay.
gotta say.
All right,
This
this is
poem
fucking intense.
just ends
Every
in a
round, my
way
ass
that I
cheeks
want
are
to
so
say,
fucking
because
clenched.
You have the fight come through. It's down
My
to the
ass is
wire. It
literally
looked
on the
very
line.
clean
Quite
out of
not
court.
figuratively,
Like,
literally
yes,
on
it's
the
super
line.
Unfortunate, Extra managed to take down your duelist, and then you had Poppin come on in. But Poppin pops out
Like, you know what I mean? You pick it up
immediately,
and put it down.
finding the 3-piece out on the actually the 2-piece on the site and one with the ultimate. But I digress.
Come on, guys.
That's one ultimate in comparison for one, and more than that, they now have pretty even footing yet again. Since QoR managed to pick up 4 in a row, they do have the money for this. But if they don't pick this up, and if the Timo
let's not get the ball
glass op
Let's not
does
let
not
them
do
get
enough
the ball
damage, oh
Just
well,
take
then
that fuck
it's going to
back to
be a
fucking
very
confidence.
slippery slope
Like,
for
fuck
QoR.
you and take back their confidence. Let's go.
Lot
We're so much
hinging
better than them. We're
on
taller,
where
faster,
QoR can
stronger,
spin
better
these
looking.
ults
We
on
definitely
the
make more money
horizon,
than them.
and
I
so
think. No,
Envy
actually,
held
no.
on quite
They
a
got like
few
2
dares.
TikTokers and someone who played for 100 Thieves. No, they got money. Never mind.
Good
We don't got more
old-fashioned
money
Q
than them, but
battle,
we're better at
potentially.
everything else than them. 100%.
But hopefully
Timotino's
not.
at least
They're just
6'3".
walking up in mid.
I-
There's good
even- yeah,
info
see, Chloe's at
gathering
least
out of
6'5".
Envy. They're
I don't know
playing
why she's playing
very
Valorant. She should be in the
sedentary
WNBA.
Like they have been, and they're ready to fight when they need to. They even have a gate crash sent out. If you
Like,
look at the
insane.
minimap, folks, always call that out. Because they're preparing for an A retake with this Behold.
Timotino.
Not nearly enough
Come on.
power
I've seen this before.
to
I've played these
intercept
games
this,
before.
and Ion, truthfully, in quite the vulnerable spot unless he's able to skirt past this nebula.
He's by
with
himself.
the
They don't know.
time
I think
to
they're
know
kind of
that QoR is
hesitant
here,
on
but
A.
they're so damn quiet. It might
Ooh.
not matter.
Oh my god, this could be huge.
Timo now spun around.
Nice,
against
let's go.
Operator, and
Fuck you.
Extra's been
You're
caught.
just bitch.
A site
In the
fit
smoke, in the
QoR like
smoke.
a
Yeah, yeah,
glove.
call his ass. Call his ass. Look at his ass.
Dimensional
Yeah. No, don't
to
Snarly. You're not supposed to
suss out
fucking die
Ion.
there,
The
bro.
ping war will almost do enough, but
No,
now Poppin
Timo,
back
you're
on
not
the
supposed to
cover
die
for his
either,
buddy,
brother.
and he's
See,
gonna
that's what I'm
do
saying.
it.
Nice job,
Darkest
Darkest.
jumps up to finally deal with that Swift
15
with
seconds. Hey,
15
yo,
seconds left to
we
go.
got bombs to plant,
Not
guys. We got bombs to
spike
plant.
down just yet, and Darkest, they know where that spike is going, so he's quite low at this
Nice
point.
job, Nerf. Good shit.
Nerf
Yes,
steps
Nerf.
back
That's what I'm
out.
talking about. That's my
No,
IGL.
he's 3 for 2. It's gotta
Oh
come
no.
down to
Oh
Kane
fuck.
Zero, who's
That
popped
raid
that
boss. Come on.
Empress now.
Come on. Kill this raid
Another
boss. He's not even that good.
potential for this duelist. That just continues to do the impossible. Can he do it one more time to get Envy to a 2-round lead? Steps out, one
No.
gone for Logan. 1v1 versus Darkest.
Come on.
Salvos are online, so they're waiting for the tap.
Doesn't even wait for it. It's a mistiming on both ends, but now it's Darkest's turn to
Let's
swing.
go, Darkest!
Makes it work.
Let's go!
Tying us back up at 5.
talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Wow. You can, again, right? Like, you see it. QoR's doing a lot of things right. The slow. We're talking a snail's pace down mid.
fucking talking
They
about?
made no noise. It felt like I needed to, you know, freshen up
That's what I'm talking
almost.
about,
It's like I have
Darkest. That's
time
what I'm
to go
talking
grab popcorn and
Underrated
snacks and
fucking player of
everything
the
to
year.
get
God
into it
damn.
here. And even then, it still comes down to the wire for the 1v1. This time on the utility doesn't matter. At the
Why
end
you
of the
doing
day,
the
QoR
dancey
picks it up,
dance?
but
Yeah, you didn't
talking
come
about
to the line
utility,
dance.
Those ultimates have maybe cycled back in.
Chloe's
Logan
never
off
gonna drop
theirs.
that line dance thing,
Nightfall
man.
already available for Snarly on the flip side. It's an
Chloe,
eco
can we
out of
focus
Envy.
right now? We're trying to
QoR
fucking beat Envy.
deny this
That's what I'm
role.
talking about. Fuck you. Sit the
Oh
fuck
my
down.
god.
Ultimate's ready.
And now, every step
Eat
of
'em
the
up!
go, no
Barbecue chicken!
checker.
Barbecue
Not
chicken!
Anything cheeky this time around.
Barbecue chicken!
Don't get into our territory. This is QoR gaming here. And another shout for QoR is that, you know, I've seen them a lot, like the tier 3 lands as well, the HyperX
barbecue
Momentum
chicken,
series.
eat them up.
I've seen them play a lot, so it's
Shack in the
huge
paint,
props for
shack in
them
the
for
paint,
not only
barbecue
making it
chicken.
this far, but also being able to put up such a fight. The core that they've kind of worked around, even more so specifically a player like Logan or Timotino, though I've seen specifically Logan, I remember
You gotta go to the
seeing
gym,
them
bro.
at
You
LAN with
can't miss
Burger
gym
Boys
day.
back in the day,
Always
and
work out every
I was
day.
thinking to myself, man, this
Never
player
miss a day of
really
working
does
out.
have good fundamentals into it, so I'm happy to see their personal growth on
Hell yeah,
this
barbecue chicken from there?
core of a
Hell
team,
yeah.
I guess, or
Barbecue chicken.
stack that they have.
Eat them up. Shack in the paint.
There are also
That's what I'm
changes
talking about,
coming into this
Timotino.
split.
Eat
It's
them
been
up.
looking really
Eat them up.
great.
Barbecue chicken.
Good to see
Barbecue chicken.
been given to these new faces for the squad. As QoR already had a really solid split previously, so all they've wanted to do is just shoot for the
Interestingly-
moon.
Interestingly enough, for core, I think the only thing they swapped was their coach. So the actual core stays the same, the stack, but
Reese's
that
Puffs,
is-
Reese's
I mean,
Puff.
Is that what
Reese's
got them?
Puff,
That's a really
Reese's
good
Puff.
question. Like, is
All right,
the
no, you're
coaching
not supposed to die
staff
there, Darkus.
the
Come on,
big
Brian.
kind of
Let's
kicker
not
that has
throw a
helped
little bit. We're
core
not
kind
supposed
of
to feed them
level
this
up
time.
as a squad
It's
here.
not part of the script. We're not supposed to feed them. It's not
Still a
part of the
very
script.
young Swiss stage we have.
Eat him up, eat him up, eat him up!
It's still a very young
Eat 'em up!
game, don't we? As Core
True.
will
That's
nab
what I'm
the
talking
lead
about.
back
Yeah.
here, 6-5.
Yeah.
One more round here
Yeah.
on defense for Envy to try to
Last
make a
round
dent.
before the switch.
They do have a good amount in the tank as well, so they can play for multiple phases. They can play to be annoying in the pre-plant. They can go for that Cosmic Divide in the late round. You can do a whole bunch of things. World is really your oyster. It's just a question of when you're gonna decide to poke your head out. And for Envy, the answer is when I choose to. There is no rhyme or reason.
I love that though. It really does make them super interesting to watch. Another thing to note is that you're one off of both Poppin and Eggster getting their ultimates here, so they have really good retake potential. Eggster,
I
the
spelled it wrong?
patented B aggression
Wait,
that
what's your
we've
middle
come
name,
to
Clove?
know and hate and love in different ways.
He's gonna do it again. Timotino spots him out. One shot miss.
Your middle name is after
Would
a
you believe it?
cereal?
The guy's gonna stick around and give
Wait,
it
there's
another
no
try.
way your middle name is
Find
named
out,
after
they
a
turn it,
cereal.
It just doesn't matter.
It doesn't. 'Cause
Wait,
now
that's
he
kind of
has his
sick. I ain't gonna
ultimate, so
lie,
then the
bro.
retake
That's kind of
becomes
fucking
that
sick,
much
Clove.
simpler.
I didn't know that about you.
Get info. allow
That is
the
actually
rest of
kinda
the team to
sick.
flood in, you're good to go.
Nightfall on to
But I wish my
Eggster's
my
gonna
middle
go
name was
ahead
named
and
after
drift
cereal.
it
It's just
now, confirm
Bro,
these
that's kinda
positions and
sick.
let
I ain't
the
gonna
Hunter's
lie,
Fury
Clove.
find the rest. Huge pings
Oh,
available
you're not
here
supposed
for
to.
Poppin, who tags
No,
3.
come on, guys.
Tags total worth of
Oh.
damage. Eggster can do the rest of the chip along with the rest of
It's
the
alright,
Envy
it's alright.
squad, and that will be a switch.
6-6 half.
Round 12,
No
then
problem.
Envy will
I
have
don't
that
mind a
for
6-6
tied up
half.
at 1.5.
Beautiful.
I find it
Beautiful
very
6-6
comical
half.
that unfortunately Inspired
I-
could not
I'm
get that
A-okay.
elimination, couldn't get the kill on Nerve.
I have, like, 3
Gets
middle
them
names?
down to 1
Oh,
HP.
shit.
Reswings, Nerve is like looking for the trade.
I
like, doesn't
technically-
expect Ion doesn't suspect
I
Inspired or
technically
Reswing.
also have 3 middle
Gets
names, but in
taken
America I
down
only
as a
use
result
one middle
of it.
name.
A little comical bookend to a what was like. It was a weird half, right? It started off a little one-sided, became,
Filipinos
you know, a
be
little bit of
crazy
a
with it?
brawl near the very
What is
end.
it? What do you go
And
by? Because
now,
for us,
we're
is
heading
we
into
go
the
by
pistol for both of these teams.
your
and
dad
Core
and
have
your 2
definitely
grandfathers.
studied up on how Envy played
technically,
it, and Envy has
is what you're supposed to-
definitely
is what we go
patched
by.
some of those cracks. They
So in
got the
Toronto, we're
spackle
gonna
out.
be using.
They're building up their walls.
We're gonna use all 3 NS. No.
Timotino.
Then I have my
Engage
dad
some
after his
shots.
last name. Oh, okay.
Cubby.
Oh, let's go with Snarly.
Snarly
Raid
gets
boss
some
down.
gains
Raid
there,
boss
getting a
down.
little greedy. Cubby still just looking for that golden nugget to find their way onto site with. Nothing to write home about
Cage
just
triggered.
yet. Got to double up on A lane now, though.
They're ending A, guys.
Not
Guys, they're
hold
ending
that spike
fucking
on.
A. Guys, go A.
Health.
Go A. They're ending A.
Oh, I don't know if they anticipated the gap there.
Guys, they're going
It
A.
does hold 2 towards the B side out of that Cypher cage, so now they have to enter towards the A side.
Guys,
They
go
know the
A.
shear's
Go
been
A.
bombed.
Spire. just gonna hold
They dropped the
down
fucking
it.
bomb, guys. They're going. Yeah, yeah. Now you guys hear it. Yeah, I know.
Step on here
I can
with
tell.
Salvos to proc. Now they will. Round 2 of the fight now for Core as Nerve and Snarly continue to chip away through these walls. Get some chip damage done to them in the process as well. Now come the shock
No,
darts. and
Snarly, don't
Poppin
die there.
will
Come on,
fully
man.
Clear Snarly with
You're not
that
supposed to die there,
wombo
brother.
combo. Now you got to
No,
spread the rest
Dex-
of it out. And
Darkus,
Extra's
you're
been
not supposed to
stepping
die
in
there
and out. It
either,
was
man.
inevitable that he would find one next. Envy feeling the heat now and starting to ride it. Working the front of this
Oh my God.
site, and Core now
Oh my God.
back in response. 2 kills
Guys, he stairs.
in tandem for
It was
them.
called out.
The
I think
tournament
so. Yes.
personnel is
Yes!
Right back in their direction.
Yes! That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, I mean,
That's what I'm
I was
talking about.
expecting to see it.
Good try.
Initial
Let's
kind of
go.
contact come
Pistol
through.
rounds us.
Huge
Pistol
props
rounds
for
us.
Core on that re-entry, finding and picking up the pistol. I want to see Kane Zero come alive a lot more, right? The top of the leaderboard started off super hot, super aggro. Attack is going to be even better for them. We're gonna have to wait at least 1 or 2 more rounds. I mean, Envy, they are
Easy pistol round.
could
Easy
buy up
fucking
here.
pistol
I
round.
just
Come on
doubt
now.
that it's gonna be everyone.
Convert
It's
this. Don't
Kane
give.
Zera to buy up.
Yeah,
I
he's
mean, I
forcing.
wanted
He's
Kane
forcing
Zera
it because
to
he's
go alive,
disrespecting
and
you
Kane
guys.
Zera has
Me
to clear
personally,
again here.
I wouldn't let him disrespect me. Me personally.
Incredible gumption to go for a buy
He
like
forced
this.
because he thought like I'm better than them.
Zera
I'm
and
just
Envy
saying.
take these
Me
strictly
personally, I
close-range
wouldn't let that
fights.
happen.
Yeah, here he
Run it.
goes. He is
Run
just,
it down.
I mean, yeah, this is the equivalent of a sprint that could be quiet.
Oh,
and with
Timo, come on,
missing
Nick.
a shot and
You're not
Kane
supposed to miss
landing
that, brother.
everything. It seems like the fates were calling to him to buy that gun.
Ooh.
Destiny knew that he was gonna get a kill. But can the rest of Envy?
No, you're
but
not.
so
No,
far,
fucking.
And Zera can find Darkest on the runaway as he's
It's fucking
infiltrated all the
bro.
way through Art. Envy can now really work this A site core. What remains of it on here already gonna step away. Sorry, gonna hold close with the stinger. Has the haunt out.
Oh
but
no, he
guess
fucking
who's
walked
already
up. They don't know.
walked
I don't
past
think
it?
it's a Snarl.
Guess
Wait,
who's
he
already
might be
walked
aware.
Past everything. Guess
No,
who
Snarly, have your fucking gun out!
his knife out on sight, and it's just given Envy the
Snarly,
opportunity
have
to
your
swipe away the
fucking
follow-up.
knife out, man.
Oh man.
What are we doing?
That's a
What are we
carried over
doing?
Weapon here. Now they have 2 stingers on a close range engagement of an A site here.
This is
And
not
look,
a
they're
round we're
hunting.
supposed to
They're
be
going for
losing.
a
This is not a
rewrap
round. Oh my
through
God.
water to take them by surprise here. I don't think
Oh
Core's
my God, they're
expecting
going
this
water.
at all. There was a little
Oh
hesitancy,
my
but they
God, they're
definitely
going
don't
water,
see this
guys.
coming.
Not a chance. And given the time to
They
do
don't
it
know, they're not
just
aware.
enough, and they have the people to poke back out of the back.
How do
Nerve
you
is
fucking
ready,
get a
but
kill
can't
like that?
match shot
You have
wise.
never hit a shot
And
like
at
that in
this
your
stage,
life.
It's a barrel roll. Timatino, the last one standing. Oh, now chasing him down. He's gonna make this hard for them now that the spike is taken away. And you get one more on the board. There you go.
Oh.
But what a round
Oh
from Envy.
my
I mean,
God,
to every
man, no,
extent,
you're not
that was
supposed
just
to
so
throw
well played.
that.
And Kane Zera activated at the perfect
Ah.
moment. Like Destiny called on him that round, bro.
You're not supposed to throw that.
Yeah. I mean,
It's not
truly,
in the script.
it was a
It's not
moment
in the
of, like,
script.
Guys, watch this. I can do it. I can do it, folks. And you know what? I mean, I anticipate everyone has got to be hyping them up, right? Because Envy's such a clouded roster. You have Kane Zera, Young coming in here from streaming. Same thing with Extra and Poppin, and the
Oh,
rest of
what's
this
going on,
squad. They've come
Kate,
from
your
content
name-
and grinding ranks.
your name is not
and
even
now they're
Kate?
here, and they're
You've been
showing
lying to us?
such prowess. To
Hold
the
on,
point where
I'm
Kane
into the
Zera's
chat,
buying
sorry.
an outlaw here
That's
up
fucking
against
crazy.
like basically a nothing buy.
I didn't know-
a
that's a-
nothing
that's a-
burger
that's
of
a
a buy
wild
out of
turn of
core.
events, Kate.
So it's gonna start to snowball for Envy. I mean, I don't know. You know what? Maybe I'll hold that back. Retract that. Not a snowball just yet.
Oh yeah,
But
they
it's
win the
gonna start
eco.
building for
100%
Envy.
they win the eco.
Is a better word.
Tensions mounting as Envy's power grows, and no one can box out the initial B take.
Oh,
Close
no, they don't wanna
range
win
is
the eco. They
dangerous
do not
for
win the
Ion,
eco.
but he holds on
Wait,
and
there's one
nabs
of the-
two for himself. Yeah.
Oh my God, they don't know about Nerve. They don't know about Nerve.
Unfortunately, Nerve unable to do
No,
anything.
Nerve,
He
you're not
can't
supposed to do
land
that.
a shot as the smoke
Oh,
fades
no.
away. Tragic timing, my brother.
It's just a shortened
Snarly
version
ass
of my
stands
real
alone
name.
on the
Oh my
outskirts of
God.
B for a potential flawless
kinda
from
sick.
Envy here in the, well.
Oh my
I
God, wait, that's a
suppose
short version?
slanted
Okay, that's kinda cute.
bonus.
That's kind of unique.
That's so funny because it's just like there's just one on the side.
Snarly gets
They
one.
now know. Wait, they. Did
Oh,
Poppin
he
just
hit him
bait
too.
for Kane Zera to take
He hit
that
him
fight
full
to get
4
the ultimate
HP,
orb?
man.
And
4
they still
HP,
get
man.
the flawless. Because that's probably what happened. But even then, didn't Kane, I don't even know if Kane Zera had all time. I'm losing my mind here. I think Tenric, I've lost the goop. And Envy has really shown up here today. Still though,
We've
Core,
entered the
now.
Twilight Zone, y'all.
Music aside, Core, I'm gonna get back into this. You guys have a lot to work with. Timatino's close to the ultimate. Hopefully,
Okay, it's a buy round.
the Twilight Zone shenanigans
Real round
continue,
here,
though,
real
'cause
round.
It's only putting
Actually,
a smile
real
on my
round.
face, seeing how silly
An actual
Envy
real
has
round.
been able to do it, and how Core has been able to bite back.
Yeah, definitely always a response still coming from Core. Timatino. Same pillar presence that is forced out by the recon dart tossed by Poppin,
Cage triggered.
who continues to go for these Sova picks in a meta that continuously tries to ask him to stray from it, but the ubiquity in his ability to just enable from any site, from any point of the map, against with these two duelists that are just so damn good, you can't resist it if you're Poppin.
Good
Exter
trades.
will take care of this Odin, now baits out the stun grenade as well as a flash. 3 stack here on the dugout that's stalled away as the spike goes down.
And now on the retake, though, they do have crucial pieces of info. Yes, Snarly did fall, but they have their initiators up, and Team Martino's out. This is it's cooked.
It's cocked. It's cocked.
Done and dusted, surely.
It's not
so
cooked,
much
it's
to
cocked.
offer here. All of these stars
Not
to
even
stall
cooked,
away.
cocked.
Darkest is gonna at least thwart the first with this gravity well, no doubt. Oh no,
Oh,
they'll
this
use
is
recon
this is
goal
a rough
first,
one, boys.
actually, to confirm no
This is
concussion.
this is a rough one.
Salvos for spacing. This will get half, I think. Oh,
Wait, no,
Darkest
he didn't even get
doesn't
half.
hold it. Of
No,
course
he was stuck.
scared.
That's why he didn't get half.
Gravity wells up. Can't do a damn thing.
Extra's just running straight in, the martyr. We have so much money.
Oh.
Just why not go in there and have some fun?
This
And
is
now
not good,
Envy
not
start
good.
to pull
That's
away
3 in a row, boys.
here.
That's not looking good, guys.
I mean,
We call a timeout here?
yeah, 3 in a row.
It's timeout here or
Picked
next
up
round?
for them. A little bit of
It's
back
here.
and forth
Yeah.
forces QoR into a
Timeout
timeout
It's
to
a timeout, boys.
reassess how
It's
they've
a
been
timeout.
playing that. And it's not like QoR have been playing that super bad, right? They have really good holds. In that round specifically, it really was off of Eggster specifically having that ultimate in the pocket to be able to pop it and get a lot of info. I guess the one unfortunate thing was Snarly backing out. I will say, good on them for holding back, because last time Snarly was in that position, they got caught with a knife in their hand and got backstabbed very quickly. And you did have the rest of the QoR roster.
masterclass
But again,
timeout
the
right
thing-
here.
the-
Hell yeah,
the
barbecue
thing that is
chicken.
really different
Barbecue
between QoR and
chicken.
Envy right now is the aggression that we are seeing out of it. So I feel like the timeout should help reset the mental and say, hey guys,
barbecue chicken.
we are also excellent
You know what happens
shooters.
barbecue chicken?
We're
You
young
gotta
bucks that are
you gotta
ready
cook the
to
grill.
go and
Cook the
just
grill
grab
means it's
them. I
slow
sound
time.
really
Takes
old right now
time.
for
You gotta
some
cook the
reason,
chicken.
but that's really the
Cook the
case, just
barbecue.
to reset that mental.
It takes
and
time.
say,
It doesn't
hey,
go the
we
doesn't,
just
it's not
need
that
to
happen
kinda
right
shoot
away.
back against
That's why
a
it's
squad
barbecue
that
chicken.
is
It takes time to cook.
flagging out of their
It takes
mind.
time to cook.
Yeah, at this point when they're activated, it's pretty much
Yeah,
a,
you know
an
what? Yeah,
already
that's it,
told
yeah,
tale.
yeah.
It's a story that's already been told 1,000 times, right? It's
Barbecue
a
chicken.
streak we've already seen so often before.
I thought the story would just be, yeah.
Cutting through.
But no, I agree. By all accounts here, and on an eco again for QoR, it's just gonna be time for Envy to get a pretty nice round score, double digits, secure themselves a little bit more of a nest egg.
Oh no. It's an eco round, but still.
No winners here on the attempt.
What? He was behind the wall.
Part of Timotino's hitbox, you got that shorty on, but it's enough.
He's behind the wall.
Snarly, the only one good here for one at the moment. Got still the sheriff in hand, but the one way to stall you out. Cosmic Divide was, I think, the right call still here from Ion, just to guarantee
Ooh,
that no one could sneak you real
Come
quick
on
on the
now.
flashes.
Come
Everybody was
on,
blown
no.
out pretty immediately there, and you could go ahead and finish the round before QoR could blink twice.
Yeah, and even then, you invest a Cosmic Divide, you still have 3 up on the board. You have the Empress available for Kane Zera, who is close to dropping 20 and gonna keep climbing up through and through. You have the rest of the roster. I believe there's also a Hunter's Fury as well as Inspire's Ultimate of Neural Theft, so there's a lot to work on. On the flip side, though, QoR gotta buy up some heavy weaponry and some light shields, so a little bit of a mismatch in combination, but they need to do something to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, you got to start coming up with
Oh, come on.
different ideas.
Come on.
Get really creative here. Timotino ready on this. Kane Zera traditionally
Nice.
not using
Raid
those
boss
gears
down.
off rip, and Timo able to punish it.
Why not just stop?
There's
If you're losing,
those
just whip at the op.
Prowlers coming through. I'm looking at
It
this
works in
lean
ranked, it works in this.
towards,
We gotta play like
A
it's a
side. Now that
ranking,
it's been
guys.
stomped
Play
by
like it's a
QoR,
ranking.
the fact that they're able to kind of like reassess here Envy on the mid round, I kind of enjoyed their A takes, right? So for Envy, this is a really good call. On the flip side, though, Snarly's already rotated back B.
This is relying really heavily on Timo and Darkest, but this stealth drone will at least get the
Nice!
early-
Back soon.
that
Good
is
pick.
Disgusting.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Group for a retake. Spike goes down in a really interesting spot because Inspire's already tucked in towards Art. It's kind of allowing them to play from a variety of angles.
Very much present
Nice.
for this early, and Egster trying to play close.
5v2, but
Dealt
one's
with.
behind
Ion
us.
playing the other side of the salvos. Won't swing just yet. Waiting for Inspire to do his dirty work. Can't do much. Ion sprays for the one. Nebula to protect
Nice.
the
Good
remainder of
retake.
core.
Good retake. Good retake.
up that last
Yeah. Yeah.
So the streak will get
yeah.
stopped here by core.
Yeah.
As their
Yeah.
retake is solid enough. They have just enough time
Something
left
my boys.
on the board. That opening kill as well.
Yeah.
Very solid way to get things started.
Yeah, cleaning up on the retake. And I was even giving Envy a bit of praise that they were rotating back towards A and there was a counter read out of core. But again, numbers and weaponry win out at the end of the day.
Barbecue
that I would
chicken.
like to see more out of core, at discipline that they've come to really show us here. And now they're going back to the light shields.
Come on,
They're
boys.
gonna
Barbecue
keep that
chicken.
through and through. But they have 3-3 ultimates on the board. Both sides, I would say, looking to invest right now that we're deeper into this game.
Certainly. Both of these teams really willing to continue just falling into their comfort zones.
Good use. Oh, but he got scanned. They know where he is.
Big Nightfall
Exter. Do they know about
for
Exter?
this attack is going to let Egster just walk
Bro.
right up the flowers and catch Snarly
Wild.
early on.
Actually wild.
Just stick around and see if he can find one more. Bait out the Yoru clone at the very least. Knows about that. Gets rid of the stealth drone too. He's got this whole
They don't know. They didn't clear.
backside
They didn't clear. They
completely
didn't clear.
locked
No.
down. And not peeked just yet.
Nice.
Finally, it's
They
going to
dinked
get
him.
pinched and punished, but
Cypher's late. They gotta
already been
retake
done.
quick.
The time already been wasted. Kane's already starts peeking and starts fragging himself.
No.
1v2 for Nerve as Inspire scurries on back. And he has the neural theft for extra intel if
Nerve,
it's
come on,
reduced to a
Nerve, come on, Nerve.
1v1. But Kane's I imagine, would refuse to let
No.
that happen. 3 now for the Reyna and 11 for Envy on their Pearl as they want to continue that run right where they left off.
Big question on my mind is Kane Zero.
Oh my
holding
god, this
Empress
is so
for Haven,
stressful.
Because
So
they've
stressful.
been having so many ultimates, they didn't really need to use them yet. I think both teams are kind of hesitant to try and find the right opportunity. And more than that, for Envy, it's been very solid in terms of being able to wrap things back in. Now, this time out of core makes total sense. You just were supposed to win round 19. You picked it up, the steamroll needed to fall back in your favor to get it to a time game, and it didn't happen. So not only a mental reset, but a talk about how they're going to counter this newfound aggression. Because what happened there was Envy just immediately ran on the site, decided, hey, we're just going to get this plant, right? We popped the Nightfall preemptively to try and slow him down, and that allowed Exer
it's
to
Noob
just
Team. Oh
get
my god,
into
it's
such
solo.
a crucial position.
What's up,
Now
Marcelo?
again, it is a lot of X-Factor
Noob Team.
situations that come
Guys,
through
he
for
is
Envy,
Noob Team.
where it is Exter popping off, Kane Zero popping off, one of these players doing a one-off crazy thing. But
God,
at the
it's
end of the
Solo.
day,
Hello,
it is
Solo.
something that core needs to take into account. If you're going to be playing against a team that has these star individual players, as well as the consistency to play together when push comes to shove, allow the post-plant utility to really shine for itself, as well as allowing players like Kane Zero to stay alive in the post-plant and really manipulate the way that they're being played, well, core needs to adapt to that, and that's the big question. They go for a buy-up yet again, and at this point, if they lose, that's Pearl over.
As long as they're able to continue isolating members of Envy, can
Come on, it's just
you know,
3 rounds. 3
them
rounds,
from
then
fully
we're ahead.
enabling one another, like
4
they're
rounds, we win the
so
map.
easily able
Just
to.
take your time, boys. Come on. You guys
Then
got this.
This fight should be taken a lot easier by core. And already you see Kane Zero getting
shit.
active again with this
Nice!
And now he's going to try and double down on it, but Snarly
Nice!
not only gets that, but picks up extra on top of it. Poppin has to try and double down with his
no,
ultimate,
Poppin
and
gets
he
2.
does! 2 for him! Yet again! With this
Nice job,
ultimate,
Darkest. Good trades. Good
absolutely
bringing it back.
unreal. Inspire uses that time
Bring it back our way.
to creep back up, but Darkest is ready with the peak. Taking this down to a 2v3. Ion gonna try and double down on that position. Has wide. Darkest thwarted. Back to a 2v2.
But that signal to go B,
This has
right?
been just
Has to be a signal to go B.
whiplash through and through.
Has to be a signal they're going B.
We went from fireworks
Surely.
to whiplash here, and now
Surely.
the double up needs to be found for at least one of these teams here. But Boppin gonna walk straight through the sheer, giving Nerve all the info they need for core.
Has to plan on the back of the boxes. Nerve is here, ready. Nebula's placed to protect Logan's swing. They're gonna throw the Steel Garden into this as well. And the Cosmic Divide.
Oh, but yeah,
As
Asher
Pop
can
and
hear it.
Ion run
If they
back
stick
with
it there,
these
Asher can hear
rifles
it.
in tow. They do have some util to throw at the problem. Owl drone first, immediately taken down. Ion
Nice nerve.
it, and not good for a kill. You have shock darts that you can use on this spike at first, but with this silence, he just has to toss them to stall things
Gotta
out
stick it,
until
just
this
stick it, just
ultimate
stick it.
fades away. Which it will in time for him to spray this down, but Logan continues holding the spike, and Poppin will
Nice!
reliable way to get a fight
Pros don't
before
fake,
that
pros don't
will
fake.
end. QoR, take us to 9.
Oh my god, pros don't fake.
Ooh.
Yeah, Chloe,
It's
why'd you
not over
leave?
for QoR.
We started losing because
Right,
you left. You
it's
gotta stay
very
here now.
grim for them.
Not cool at
If
all.
they lost that
Not
round,
cool.
it probably would have just been over, right? Because it's match point, and then they don't have anything to buy up. They don't have a loss bonus to rely on. They don't have much to work with here. But again, they are on the back foot, so they now need to pick up a steamroll. Very solid round out of Envy
Not
as
cool,
well.
Chloe.
Being
Not
able to take
cool.
down a
You're supposed to
lot
stay.
of players here, and Poppin playing on recovery. I think the timing, though, out of mid was just a little bit rough, right? Nerve had the read that, okay, you know, we've been seeing a lot of one side of utility. We see a lot of Sova, but nothing out of this Astra.
Yeah, unfortunately, not much to be seen just yet when it comes to that clutch factor that we know he has in him.
Oh.
Big take up by Envy.
Nice.
Extra
What?
Bamboozles with that decoy. Snarly, too much.
Oh my god, I thought it was Snarly this whole time. He got him? How?
Going. Still a lot of
Hello,
attempt to
Baru.
inspire. His own drive
Nice job,
swing good
Logan.
for 1 and confirms Logan's position now. That Extra and Poppin are going to try and
Hi,
twist
Baru.
the
Hi,
knife
Baru.
deep into easy pickup. In theory, no. Logan
Nice.
trades it back.
Wait.
And so it's still a
Winnable.
struggle. A 2v2 as Extra circles on back after Timo reveals that
Astra,
operator
come on, come on,
to
come
grab
on.
a kill of his own. Now trying to get closer range to infest the rest of this site, grab those reliable bits of spacing, and with the help of the stars, he'll have a little bit of extra space to work with. The gravity well, the first bit of stalling. Now you try and spray through that smoke. Some damage done to
You have
Timotino.
to.
It's enough. They find the shot. Now it's Nerve's turn. Half the spike done. Smoke about to do something. Nerve gets it done. QoR have just enough to get through.
Oh my god,
and take
he
themselves
stuck
to
it.
10.
He stuck it. What a
That
Chad.
is
Oh my
wild. We're
god, he
talking about
stuck it.
Back-to-back narrow defuses here.
Oh
And the reason
my
that's so
god,
important is
QoR
now
win, QoR
looking
win,
at
QoR
the
win.
state of this game, it is
Oh
a
my
rough
fucking
buy
god.
for both sides. Now,
The
it's
fucking
a lot rougher for Envy
cojones
here,
on them.
who looked prized to kind of lock it in. And QoR just managed
Oh
to
my
steal it
god,
away
the
from them
presence
time
of
and time
mind.
again. QoR understand that they really need to focus on this objective. I'm also loving the fact that Timotino is up
The
here,
cojones
picking up
on
the
them.
Outlaw down towards
And his
mid.
DN?
So they're gonna play a little bit more reactive, a little bit more up to what Envy's gonna do here. And Envy on the flip side, they're just stacking towards B, barreling down, ready to take the fights.
Cosmic Divide
These
to fully
nuts.
assist their push. The Outlaw's not on this side. Armageddon fully takes over this lane. They're just trying to skirt it, and they barely will. Extra, meanwhile, in the back line, able to distract the rest of the team from trying to follow up. But now Timo's here. He kills
Oh my
half
god,
the
Nerve,
team.
nice.
Outlaw, he can't get anything done. Rest of QoR trying to swing from the back
Oh,
line.
no.
But Ion's gotten back inside, and he's been able to pick up the refrags to get the space Envy needs to work off
Oh
that Cosmic
no,
Divide.
Inspire's fucking
Meanwhile,
flanking.
Inspire all the way back in spawn to try
Look
to
at
find
Snarly
the remainder
all
of
the way
this,
back
but
in A2.
Snarly's starting to creep up behind him. This might be missed time, and he'd take them to a 2v2.
Yeah, but I will say, man, too much noise.
Come
Whatever
on.
you wanna call
Oh,
it
we
there.
went 2 back to
Just made
back
too
and
much
lose
noise.
this.
Snarly gets spotted
No.
out. Darkest has got to go for this save. They already invested their
Yeah, we
ultimate.
need to save.
They
I think
want
we're
to make
broke
sure
after
to
this.
keep their Vandal
Yeah, we're pretty
secured.
broke after
and what a
this.
great round out of Envy, right? A has been a sore sight for both teams, especially on the defense. Oh no, Poppin's been spotted. Unfortunate, but still. Envy now realize, okay, if we just run it down towards the B site, we have the caliber of players to really go toe-to-toe with QoR Gaming, and we know, okay, what are we gonna do here? We're just gonna fight out, right? Allow Zera and Eggster to fight. The rest of the team wraps around them. Inspire has consistently been lurking. Sometimes the lurks work, sometimes they don't. In this case, it works in their favor. They got themselves match point.
I'm very impressed with their ability to also be able to avoid that Armageddon and then come right back around so quickly following
Come on now.
that proc. They
Ooh,
spread
close
onto the
game,
site
close
so
game, close
effectively
game.
after the
Ass
fact that
cheeks
Cosmic
is
Divide,
fucking
of course,
clenching. Ass cheeks.
big assist for that one. Is it enough to get Envy over the line here? 2 rounds to work with. Get to game point.
I like the spread, though, out of Envy. I think it's really good. They're allowing Inspire to work in towards mid. I am worried about it, though. Never mind. Shouldn't have been. Info gained out of Timotino.
3, he
The
catches 3,
entire
maybe
stack
4.
is towards this A site. So they're going to probably rotate this Astra over.
Who's next?
Oh yeah, they're full pushing A.
Now Exter with the
They have to be
dimensional
committing.
drift of his own, put the foot to the floor, pressure out whatever members of core may be on here. You got to know where our stack was. I would like to know where your stack is, and I would like to use Poppin's ultimate on it yet again. This duo is just so lethal in the back lines. Poppin just given free reign, open season with this ultimate. It is unbelievable. Logan at least takes care of Kane Zera's dry swing outside, but the quick counteraction from Ion deals swiftly with that too. 1v4
Nerve
for
wins it?
Nerve, and Inspire the early check is enough for Poppin to grab the space and the kill.
Unlucky,
13-10 for
unlucky.
Envy. Core continue to fight, continue to
Next
put
one. Yeah,
up
we win the
power
next
swings,
one.
but at
It's
the
all
end of the
good.
day,
I ain't
Envy
mad.
has
We
enough
win the next
and
one.
wins enough fights
We win
to
the
still
next
be the
one.
better team.
Oh yeah, Envy has proven
ready.
that they can win almost any game. I mean, they have had a flawless record so far, and they want to continue doing that. Yeah, they showed some weaknesses. There was a little bit in terms of the strategy, but at the end of the day, the fundamentals are just phenomenal on this squad. You mentioned it, the conversion rate of the double ultimate combo of the Dimensional Drift Hunter's Fury, you know, it's such a great and refreshing thing to see out of them. All in all, though, huge congrats to Envy for picking it up, especially with Core, who had very good strats. They called multiple timeouts. They made multiple adjustments to try and play around the way Envy did and adapt.
I ain't
But
worried.
it seems like when the fundamentals
We
are
got
true
the
and
next
when
one.
you are ready to just
I
frag out of your
am
mind,
not worried.
you're going to be able
We'll
to win those
chilling.
matches.
Well, it was a good thing that Core did have a deep playbook on that map, considering
you
it
think
was
they
their
updated
pick.
it?
We'll see how they fare when we go to Haven, which is Envy's after the break. Don't go anywhere.
I mean, overall, nobody really did bad. Nobody, like overall, everybody did pretty well. Team China did struggle just a tad bit, I do have to admit, but it's okay. He bounced back. He bounces back. Team Latino might have struggled a little bit, but it's fine. We lost 13-10 with Team Latino struggling. Imagine if he was cooking. No, we're good. I'm not worried. Not worried about it. This is a warm-up map. This was a warm-up map. We had to fiddle on purpose. No, Frosted. Why is this the worst day of
I
your
don't
life?
think I have a favorite, but I am
It's
a
gonna be the
fan
worst
of
day
many
of your life.
cereals, I won't lie. Fruit Loops, Fruity Pebbles.
It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's only map 1. It's literally only map 1. We are A-okay. Say exactly. We're good. We're fucking good, guys. We don't need to worry about at all. There's absolutely nothing to worry about. We are vibing. Vibing. I'm not worried in the slightest. We're cool. We're fine. My first band win. Guys, I got sweets from Jordan. I'm not gonna show it. You see sweet? I don't know if you can read it. That's an egg that's from Jordan. It's like licorice. That's blue. You know what I mean? Look at it. Show it. Blue licorice. Shit's like crap. I don't know who's on the core account, man. Either Nadine or Angie. I think. Wait, bro's eating licorice, but not me. It's wild. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Just wait till I get to Vegas. Wait till I get to Vegas in August. Somehow that helps. It's Nadine. Yeah, bro. Dean's running the account. When's the launch? What launch are you talking about, brother? It's about merch launch. We got merch in this website if you go to coregaming.com/shop. You're talking about something else. I don't know what you're talking about. We're back.
Late for that. Well, again, for this Envy comp, this is the one that they were playing, and we haven't seen it in a long time, right? Last time that they played it was against QoR Academy, and that was about a month ago. But this is a composition that simply works out. We always bring it up, and I always mention that is one of my favorites to see in Haven. They're playing this Fnatic composition with the double duelist. I mean, if you're honestly, if you think about Envy and you think about a composition that they played, this is what you have in mind.
I mean, Roy, right away we see KaneZera back on that
the
ISO. We were
breach,
wondering where it
Yoru,
went.
right.
We were nervous where it went on Pearl. We had that Reyna,
Man,
and now
Envy loves
we are
this
back. But this is
fucking
such an
double
ISO
duelist.
map, Roy. It makes sense.
Yeah, honestly, I can see why Envy
Bro, they
loves
love
this map.
this
Like,
double
everyone's
duelist.
role just makes
Now,
sense.
I'm
You look at
curious
it and it's like,
if
okay,
they
everyone's
ever
in their comfort
incorporate
pick. We have
bans,
Poppin on the Sova. We have
is
Extra on
Envy
the
just gonna
Yoru. We
hard
got
ban
Kane
Yoru
on
and
the
just see if
ISO,
he
like,
can play anything
Inspires
else?
on his agent. Obviously,
Now, this would be a
but any of the
situation where
control,
bans
there's
would be
big issue for
interesting.
them, but this
Oh,
is
you
a
got a
map that
Yoru
suits
one
their
trick on your
style.
team?
This
Perfect.
is
We
the type
banned
of
them
team
and
that
see
likes
if you
to
can play
take map
somebody
control,
else.
and then they, you know, they get you to overreact.
I'm actually very,
they get
very
you to
curious to
rotate,
see
create
when they're
gaps,
actually
and that's where
ever
they
going
start
to add
contacting into your
I
or exploiting
do
with their
hope.
utility.
I know
So
it's not
this is
going to
a
be
map
added
that
this
works
year,
incredibly in their favor,
but I do
I'm
hope
really
they add
curious
it
to see
next
how
year.
that's going to be working
Like, at
against a
least you ban
composition
one
like Core,
character or
which
two
has a little
characters.
bit more utility
I
to
think
work
one or
with
two
than the
characters is
usual.
like a
So
good
I'm
solid
expecting to
ban.
see how the clash of utility versus
Just makes
explosiveness
them, like, you know,
is going to be working out here on the
see
second
what
map.
they can do.
Well, that
And
is the
give
name
force
of the
teams
game.
to actually,
And
you
for
know,
possibly
think
the
outside
last
the
time
box and
today,
actually
I'm gonna send it
play
over
more
to
than
our
one agent.
casters, Tenrek
I think that'd be really, really
and
sick.
Nurse.
I'm actually very,
Thanks
very
so much,
curious to
Liz.
see.
Entirely likely that it is the last game here,
how
as
bans are gonna
this is
affect
one
us.
of Envy's proverbial stomping grounds. For
Just
the
for this
past
specific
couple
situation. I think it'd be
splits
sick.
at this stage. This composition looking quite dangerous, and Roy hit the nail right on the head when he said it's all about Envy's overwhelming ability versus Core's overwhelming utility. The amount that they can offer on this attack side that they have chosen to start on is pretty scary, nerds, and it'll be a lot to work with if you're Envy trying to, you know, even intercept or retake this, really any phase of the plan. You know, Core is looking dangerous.
You talked about fireworks previously. I'm going to bring that up here. We have 3 flashes, salvos as well for Core. That's the utility that I'm really looking for, is the flashes as well as the stall potential. Core, they also have Astra. So that's the thing for me. Like, I'm really excited because Nerve did really well on Astra, and I think this also fits for them. So for everything we said about Envy, that they're on their comfort roles, I don't think it's that far off for Core. Maybe it's not like exactly the comfort role, like, oh, it's literally bar for bar, but they don't feel disjointed or like weird on these roles for the side of Core. Now, there is an immediate push towards the B site for Core. Setting themselves up for a nice little crawl, and they can split towards C if necessary.
All too often, KaneZera holding this B door. Core entirely aware of how Envy operates on this map coming into this matchup. And that'll continue walking forward into Garage, which has been left open by Inspire as he's backed out onto the site with Ion to respond. This is all very classic call and response for Envy's defense here. Core have this read like a book, and they're going to plant Timatino here for now.
Logan getting a pick on Exit would be huge.
The timing.
No.
Of course, KaneZera is gonna win it.
So we're gonna be distraction, and then Exer's gonna get a kill and then TP out.
Up close, he'll get his and pop into cover fire. TP back out. Everything works this time around for Envy's bottom line on defense. Pop and even chipping away with the shock dart. Runs away, can't turn around into darkness cover fire. So now it's the rest of Envy that have to provide on this A side as Core swiftly attempt to take it. Darkest another kill, but you have to set up for the remainder of it, and Envy is ready.
Sorry, just pistol. It's just pistol. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay. It's just pistol.
Off those first engagements, you'd expect KaneZera to fold there, but no, you go all in instead. And now, Envy picked up right where they left off, being extremely dominant at the start. And the confidence here as well. Another element of Envy, just in general, is the fact that they're going to be able to retake. I mean, they're going to have a lot of firepower for the retake, more specifically than anything else, right? And on a map like this that has been so dominant in terms of brawl compositions, the fact that they're able to play this and still brawl into it is a little bit refreshing. It's inspiring in some way.
Teemo's ult. It's important for this, especially on Haven. It's a very, very slow push.
Still nothing though. There's a walk up out of core, but it's gonna be held here by Poppin.
He didn't even try to shoot it. Kind of surprised.
No
Oh my god,
attention fade.
all four going short.
From Planet back, Logan staying in the lobby. Core staying quiet. Extra watching this with just that go. Spots a gun, spots ahead, knows that's the push. Time to leave. You're on site. Poppin has the other end though and catches Timo. Now the smoke set up to intercept, and KZera's here to spray it through.
Down A.
That's the push silenced. Your time window's
Unlucky,
up.
man.
And Logan now alone. He will get sprayed through as well. KZera up to 3 on the round.
Good
and
play,
Envy
just
quickly take that
execution.
block.
Small note,
Damn.
Ion, we're gonna see right now, just flourishing on that assist line. 4 assists off
Yep.
that one round. We're talking about like the perfect timing of utility. So it just goes to show, right? Like we do give a lot of glaze to Envy being like, oh yes, there's such a good squad. They're, you know, right? Like individual. But on the macro level, when it comes to the entire team as a whole, they do really have a nice synergy, right? Because they all work very well together and they understand that, yes, we are individual, but we do need to coordinate that utility. I mean, just take a look at Eggster and Poppin hand in hand yet again. The dynamic duo consistently fighting for a long control.
Real round here. Come on now.
Trying to find those moments of synergy again. Eggster left alone for the moment. Is this TP available to get out? And with the clone, spray war, he will. But Court very much settled on this A site while Nerve continues to watch from
Super
C lane.
slow. I didn't.
back
Our
if you
team.
want,
I don't think so. I've ever seen them play this slow before.
No space inherently
So
gained,
calculated.
though,
So
and no guarantees
very, very slow. Very
as to where
slow.
Envy is when it
Ooh.
comes to mid. They are terrified of them creeping up on him right now, and Logan holding sewer.
This is going to be the first time we're seeing Inspire truly get tested on the C site if they decide to go for it. It's a split though. KZera knows.
They trying to end B?
This is so spread thin.
Is Logan just there for audio? I guess.
Zera can feast.
Breaking down.
Now the instant vuln
30 seconds.
Oh my god! Wait.
toss them back. Timotino dares to peek it.
Wait. They should.
Stack will get
Nah,
back
please
out.
have your guns out. Please have your guns out. Please have your
So
fucking
here
guns
the
out.
stack coming through lobby, pop and flash, but they don't have their guns out.
How?
Spike down A.
How?
Through the wall. Insanity.
10 seconds left.
You gotta work with it though. 8 seconds to go. Can you even get on site in time? Eggster's gonna make sure that's an impossibility. No, on the drop down, Logan gets the kill. Now they're just gonna try and disrupt, and they do.
How the fuck do you
Envy
get a kill like
seal away
that?
the bonus.
Full blind?
What a sudden shift in gears. Run it back.
I mean, props to him.
yeah,
Shit,
why
you
not?
can't even
Yeah,
do anything
why not?
about that.
Show us again.
Show
God
us again.
damn.
I mean, just Poppin really like carry. Like the fact that Poppin was in that position, managing to find it, we get a beautiful overhead from this. Because how do you find it?
He didn't even mean to kill the Tejo. He didn't even mean to kill him. That's some bullshit.
Lost on that. With how fast it went through a Guardian in hand, it's an eco.
He didn't even
on-core,
mean
and
to
Envy
shoot
is
him.
Just thriving. If this is the first time we've seen, I don't think there's much analysis that needs to be done by the
That's
desk when
fucking crazy.
we can say this fits like a glove
They come back
and
from
they
6-1.
are ready to
It
do
is
the
possible.
smackdown against Core.
Timotino really trying to activate himself, and he's doing a great job of at least getting on site with it. That'll counter KZera, but
Unlucky.
Poppin's got an ultimate, so Poppin's gonna get a free kill, at least one, thanks to all of that information that Envy gets as to where Core is going for the plant this round. Darkest down to 17 HP as he has to re-up beyond this smoke, and it doesn't look like he'd
Come on
like
now.
to.
They do have the spike recovered,
Unlucky.
but at the end of the day,
Oh, yes,
Envy
not.
is ready
That one
for it.
tap
If
his ass. One tap his
KZera is the
bitch ass.
price to pay for
No,
victory, then
you
they're
were
ready
supposed to
do
shoot
that.
him, but it's okay. It's
This
alright. It is
squad
an eco
works
round.
together. Eggster on
You
the
were
other
supposed to
end
kill
of
him,
it.
but it's fine. It's fine.
Just
It is what it is.
I mean, it really is like they're not fighting for a lot of space out for Envy. They're not like immediately going for super chaotic plays or trying to brawl out because they understand Core is going to play it slow. Core isn't going to go immediately down into a lane. So they're doing that. Now, the change of pace, if you saw a little bit of the mini-map, folks, was that they do have, I believe, a stack towards the A side out of Core. Now, we'll see post-replay if it stays. It does. I mean, if Core do decide to brawl and test it, they're going to go straight into Inspire. Because now, 4 rounds in, Envy are aware this is a rifle. And it most likely will be a change of pace out of Core Gaming.
Certainly. A lot more presence up here in A main to start things out. Sticking around in lobby a whole lot longer already. Waiting to see if anybody tries to creep through the sewer. And now we'll spread out and see if anybody from Envy tries to go for the really aggressive flank. Got Ion holding it down in the cubby, and that's as far as they'll go for now. Keeping that respect for the time being.
Envy though, look at where, I mean, I love Ion's position here. I know you said that they're not going to go forward, but off of this contact out of KaneZera, maybe they go for it. Maybe they go for something spooky. KaneZera with an Odin.
I forgot
every
if vulnerable
time.
view also.
Yeah.
It doesn't,
It's a
not only
match made in
does it
heaven.
make you lose your ability, vulnerable view.
A
I
match
gotta say,
made
I'm
in
like, you
even.
fucking shot his toes and he
Hey,
died.
nice one.
But
We got B-site pretty down. Here's your core. Oh, stepping on dry. Poppin misses the shot, but
No,
okay. KaneZera has an Odin.
Oh.
And KaneZera has an Odin.
yeah, KaneZera has an Odin.
Oh,
No
lucky.
response made here. It seems like the slow walk has not been working for QoR.
Yeah,
because
damn.
of how strong Envy's individual prowess is, it really allows for such an interesting dynamic where even if QoR does decide to go for like a fast exec A, they're like, yeah, we're gonna split A, we're gonna go in here. Yeah, they immediately get launched upon by the rest of Envy. Envy's like, okay, we're just gonna suffocate you guys. You're not allowed to go for that. And vice versa. If they do decide to go for a spread out default, well, you just have KaneZera with an Odin spraying you down. You can't really walk into a place because each individual is going to outpace you in certain situations. And at this point, this replay feels less like a replay of all of the turbulence that we've seen out of this game, and
Oh, I
more
know,
of just
Cor.
like a
What's up,
highlight
Sosa?
reel for Envy. Just
That's
doing
what
their
every-
social media manager's work.
That's what every replay turns
Oh
out to be at this point when Envy plays.
When in doubt, just went with the
They
Odin.
come out
When in
with
doubt,
the
just went with the
dumbest
Odin.
stuff.
Fucking
my
up, man.
lord.
That's how you do it. You have the Odin and up.
Truly
That's how you.
is
That's how you
the
win.
manager's work, right?
Just the coverage so
I hope
far
QoR
has
wins.
just been so immeasurable. QoR, we really expected them to be able to come with a lot more. The real problem is KaneZera is just doing such a good job of suppressing a lot of that with this Vuln now. So you're able to at least that opening pick. QoR is consistently scared of finding the wrong window that they try to synergize their util, so they can't consistently block out doors. They can't consistently flush out the back. They have to be prepared for the dump after that's been thrown. And KaneZera's just been so good at finding the right time to do that as well, in addition to everything else that he's doing. Now I'm gonna hold down that A lane with the help of Poppin, of course. Rest of the fight going on in the courtyard. Exeter's gonna get
Damn.
greedy and get paid for it.
You're just shutting down Timo, man.
Good bounce back though out of Darkest. QoR gonna reset. I'm not even gonna lie. What do you say here? Right, you're the coach. What do you say here? And at this point, it just seems like a rhetorical question because of the way Envy's playing. Like, look at this position out of Poppin. Still finds value.
Yeah, I mean, it was at the end of the day, QoR is playing a trade swing for that. They're desperate to just even keep this back and forth, try and keep this even.
And even though Envy is spread out here 1-1-1 on all the sites, and we do have a stack of QoR, you're going into KaneZera Odin. You're either that, retake C, or inspire setup B. Every option sounds like terrifying. Only counter is Snarly with an Odin of their own.
Stars
30
are not gonna get
seconds
set up
left.
just yet. They don't want to give it away. Now comes that cosmic
Your
vibe.
team is so fucking new.
KaneZera's
Yeah,
gonna
I
have
know you not
a
American.
Microsecond
I
to
can
get a
tell.
shot down, and it's enough to find Nerve.
Crazy.
Bro, what do you mean? We're just goaded. Don't be
Now he has
mad.
the ultimate. He's just gonna look for
Don't
one
hate
more
us 'cause you
on
ate
top
us.
of the entry. So it's an effective 2v1 on site. Oh, but he doesn't find anything. So it's an effective
I guess
3v2
you
instead.
bet money and you lost.
We'll just breach this cosmic divide because it's so dang back. Now the Rolling Thunder comes out, but
Oh, no,
Ion's
You'll have
cut
to go
the
now. Come on
side of
now.
it, so it doesn't really work to invade on it. And with this smoke blocking out QoR, it's trivial. 6-0.
That is, this has been a game of such funny timings. That ultimate shot, it shot Ion behind the wall. So you couldn't even capitalize on it. Sorry, shot Inspire behind the wall, and Ion managed to get the frag. It doesn't matter who. What matters is the timings have been so funny for them. And for Envy, it's less comical. Like, that's insane. It honestly
so
feels
stupid,
like,
bro.
like it's insanity. I like how I'm happy that we and chat and everyone are probably all on the same page, because it is a perfect cocktail of luck, skill, and just pure old gumption that allows them to just get a 6-0 stomp against a team that looked so good, so disciplined for Core Gaming on the previous map, and now they don't have that.
It's what makes Envy such an entertaining team at the end of the day, because it's like watching
really
Ocean's
needs to
11.
cut,
You're watching 5 players that just know how to manipulate
held behind
every
a lot.
aspect
He
of the
needs to
game to
needs to
their
pop off
advantage, and they do
ASAP,
it
bro.
so smoothly, and then they post on Twitter like they've never talked to anyone in their lives before afterwards. Like, 2-0 Core, go next. Work hard, play hard.
Truly streamer mentality, though. No,
it's true. It's true. They're on the grind, and nobody wanted to believe it until they became rankers, and now, God, they are so much more, aren't they? Timotino will shut down the counter push from Kane's era
Any means
to
necessary.
start things
Win
out.
by any means necessary, Timotino.
TP away to have multiple channels to play from. Logan now on top of the stun, intimidating, but Envy have just enough time to start counter fragging through that smoke. Got a lot to work with and a lot of spamming you can do. But Poppin, one for that first spam, and now the salvo's down. Core, this time the util dump will be enough, and they will finally stop the streak at 6.
one.
There we go, Core.
One is it. Don't let us get
go,
one.
Core. Bring it back up.
Don't let us get one.
It's like a breath of fresh air after you're just out of a swim meet. Ion does drop Kane's-Zera, their patented pending Odin. So that's going to be carried over on the save. I love the way Timotino played this, just getting overly aggro into it, trying to prevent the stall to come through. Core really remedying the issue of this site retake here. And even more than that, showcasing, all right, C is probably one of the weaker sides here, especially if Inspire is not set up for it. So immediately we have the stack down towards the middle region of this map, and another Kane's-Zera Odin spray that finds nothing this time, except for a little delay.
Or taking their sweet time with this, seeing if Envy reveal any more of
One is
their
all we
hands
need.
they
Yep,
already have.
I know, Kate.
Kane's-Zera
One
is
is all we
already
need,
on the
Kate.
run. Heading back over to A.
We get 1, then we get 2, then we get 5, then we get 7, then we
Core
get
will now
12,
try
and then
to
we
lead up this
13, and then we
window
win.
Peak after
See? That's how it works.
Additional TP away from
Quick math.
Exter makes it really seem like this courtyard could be opened up. No trap play from Envy, no one to follow up on this potential stack. It's just space gained with 1:05 on the clock.
Ooh, but the stack towards Garage. Gonna get things started here. Inspire. Gotta have a smashing performance on the side hold.
Gonna get stunned to start things out. Has to play the long game through the cages that get sprayed down as well. And he finds the timing to spray down one at least. Rest of the team here to already play. Kane's-Zera, shield active. Odin
Nice.
up. Can't
Oh my
find a
God,
damn
good trades,
thing.
good trades.
Core's
Good
already
backing each
taken
other up.
over
Come on
the
now.
whole damn site.
Spike
Rest
planted.
of
Good backing
Envy
each other up.
on the way back. Dimensional drift in the pocket, but Core so much to offer. Do you even go for it at this point?
No, I mean, but Extra's gonna.
Nice.
Because of course Extra can.
It's okay.
But by all traditional
Timotino needs
metrics
to, like,
of
cook a
Valorant,
little
you're
bit.
6-1. You want to keep that economy going.
He had a
but
pretty
Envy
poor
doesn't play by
performance
the
last
rules
round, so
now.
he's trying to cook. He's making it up.
We're different. We're unique. We're Envy. And honestly, as Mimi and Jokey aside, like, that has helped them do so much that I can't even, like, criticize them for it, because at this point, I think the change that we're going to be seeing out of Envy is that they're going to try and flank and fight and, like, really go for some wacky out-of-pocket stuff. Even more than that, you have Extra with the dimensional drift and Poppins close to theirs. Those ultimates really can carry over in Envy's favor. So you have a lot to work on the Envy side. On the flip side, Core, they found 2 in a row, I believe, towards the C site. And more than that, they have been out of really solid timings. Now they're going to need to change the pace up themselves, and it looks like the bomb is leaning towards the A side of the map. It's just a matter of if it's going to be fruitful for Core.
Yeah, still looking for that weak moment in the A site. They've been able to spot it once or twice, and they know how powerful it is. They know how weak that retake game can be. Hey, there's an Odin spray from Kane's-Zera. We'll certainly get some connection. The refrag is good, the ISO is no more, but Snarly sitting at 26 HP.
Yeah, it's essentially a 2v. I mean, a
Extra's up front.
2.5.
Extra's
Oh, please
here.
clear the left.
Do they check it?
They always
do. Do they win? Hell no.
Spike down A.
Now,
They always play that corner.
it's a 2.5
Every
versus 4, and now it's a
single round.
1v4 for
Every single
Nerf.
round, they play that corner.
The
And they
whole
always get 2 to 3.
minute of time to do whatever
Holy
you'd like.
shit, man.
Even
Every
then,
round.
doesn't work.
Taking that back.
That's
Envy
so
didn't even change
fucked.
too much. No, they just went for a solid 2-2-1 split. Left C
Shit,
site. They
man.
probably would have changed up something about their retake. Dimensional drift to pop. They were really, I would say, that's the thought process. You're holding off for that. And at this point, it doesn't even matter. QoR will most likely get the plant, and the retake will ensue out of Envy.
Yes, you've got a little bit of stall time with it. Nebula up in heaven here
So
from
we get
Nerd
bomb
on the A
plants,
side once again.
Nerve gets as much
Feels
as he
the most
can.
comfortable. But Envy, I mean, they could take this one at a time if they felt like it, just to farm some orbs up. But I'll try and be clean with it. Nerve, that's two. Look out! You're taking a little bit of time with
Oh! Oh my god!
That.
If he
was
didn't get flashed, he would have
definitely
killed
around.
Inspire. If he didn't get
And
flashed, oh my god, he
holy,
would have got him.
Was it close?
Oh my god, that was
Honestly,
close.
Huge out of nerve, though. I
Whew.
mean, even if they didn't manage to clutch it out, just showing an impressive performance on the aim. Envy picking up the 7-5 rounds up. And again, they didn't change up too much. I expected the change to be on that retake C. They're going to keep holding. If it works, it works. They're going to be consistent on it here. Oh, this replay. It's just showing just an unfortunate moment for QoR.
Here. Here.
We'll try and see if they can shed some light back on this. Hard C push again. One they had the least trouble getting on and taking the most space with, but obviously one of the toughest to wrestle back from a solid retake. Ion caught early, has to avoid the stealth drone with the TP, but Paranoia very proactive to finish the rest of the push off. You only have one really on at the moment, and QoR a little spooked. Armageddon
he
in the
slows
back
out
line to dissuade the rest of the counter push, and that should be enough to let QoR on. No, they've got to fully back away. And King Zera back on the flank, steps through the Cosmic Divide, grabs one for himself.
Come on, please,
So now
please
a
be aware of
2v3,
the flank.
and
Please
Envy
be aware.
once again
Please be
sitting
aware.
right
Please
in
be
front
aware.
of this
Please, for the
Inspire.
love of God, please be aware.
All the way at the front door. They
Thank
won't
you.
peek
Thank
it though.
God for you being aware.
QoR
I think
know that they're ready for it.
I'm 100% sure Inspire was prepared for it. And at this point, Poppin is going to go down. They know where Poppin is. The chase is on. Inspire assumed that they probably wouldn't clear him, and that was the downfall. The assumption is there.
Okay.
Third round picked up for QoR, and a round that they desperately
is
needed.
huge.
The fight towards
Come on.
C, leading them
So
to
let's slowly
rotate
get
on
some
A.
more.
And on top
Slowly
of
and
that,
surely get more.
Starly gets the
Slowly and surely
plant.
get more.
So, yippee. Potential for something more. Darkest really wanted to get that orb, though. They're one off of an ultimate for themselves. Envy on the flip side, though, have 3 ultimates. It's that Hunter's Fury Dimensional Drift. Dimensional Fury combo has worked so well in Envy's favor at utility in hand. And for Envy, the more rounds, the merrier. 8-3 would be really solid for them. 8-4 on the scoreline near the end would be even better, but QoR is hunting to get themselves up at least 5 on the half.
Winning this round would
Who's next?
probably guarantee that 7-5, but
Time to jump.
still takes a village here. Teamatino with that dimensional drift confirms 2. Will force the TP away from Egster. Envy completely vacates
They're
the
not
site.
fully
They're
out of
comfortable
sight.
with the retake thanks to
Be
that
careful, they're not fully
dimensional
out of
drift
sight.
Hunter's
Nice,
Fury
Teamatino.
combination. Kane Zera tries to fight it out, but Teamatino, another flash, is going to finalize that presence on site and the spike going down.
Spike planted.
At this point, the dimensional drift, there it is. Poppin's gonna pop the Hunter's Fury. There we go.
Searching for
Oh, he's so
one,
messed,
doesn't
huge.
find too much. QoR
Oh my
dance
God.
around it, but Egster, post-dimensional drift gets inside that smoke and smokes Timatino. Now Rolling Thunder has to get used early, and Egster can just TP right back out of it. Envy fully ready for this fight, and they have a smoke to shroud themselves. Everybody's in garage, save for just Nerve, but it's the salvos up next. Egster gonna give himself away for
got
half of the
passed, though.
spike, and is that enough? I don't believe so. Inspire
Nice.
alone. And Poppin tries
Good
to
post
hold it
play,
on
good
the spike as
good
well.
post play.
Can't do it.
Stay
QoR have
composed,
enough
stay
to get
composed.
over.
Nice.
There we
Last
go,
round
cleaning
in
up
the
on
half.
the side takes. They're just going fast into it, and it's working for QoR, who now start to field a little bit better results. I don't always like being a kill count, Kathy, but sometimes you got to do it, and we're starting to see QoR climb it back up. But the big, scary part of this is that you have an eco buy out of Envy. And sometimes when your back's up against the wall, when you're doing some silly stuff, when you're trying to be the makers of mischief, it works in your favor.
Cover
We'll
going
see
out.
what kind of
Cutting through.
shenanigans they have come up with this by. Eggster is going to be the first victim. Clone sent out just to guarantee you don't get that short-range pick-off. And now the kill contract as Eggster stalls away with the spray down on the smoke.
Oh my god, what is going
Grabs
on?
one, but Snarly
Snarly
wins
got
the
Kenzera, which is
1v1
great.
on the contract. So it'll be a simple
Snarly's
trade
big
that
too.
now Envy is getting some spray damage through as well in the process
this
of
was- I
Darkest
have no idea
and
what's going
Snarly
on.
extremely low now. And they're stuck too in the cubby. You've got to contribute some more to get out of there. A smoke and a flash to try to babysit this spike into a position that they can get to safely. But QoR, the whole while through, it's looking unstable already. A great start for Envy.
Eggster immediately TP'd out to bolster the A site alongside the Inspire utility. This information out of Poppin is not going to be found, unfortunately. They know, okay, it's most likely a rotate called here. And I will say, with the low HP, Eggster is looking very deadly on this site. Waits for
30
them to
seconds
entry,
left.
sprays them down.
Yeah, even the Stinger,
Another
there's
thing
two
that
of
I
us are
find
just one
interesting is the
shot.
Stinger Kenzera had going
get a
into the
randomly
kill
spray, you get
contract,
two.
a little question mark, but
You
you know,
gotta
it
like
works
catch it
out.
completely off
Allows
guard.
their team to find success.
Fault line on Eggster's position. He's going to use both of these blinds to stall things out till Inspire gets here. 12 seconds on the clock as the spray comes through, and
This is
Eggster
too late, guys.
finishes off 2 bodies. Just Logan and Nerve left, and they'll have the time and space to get the plant down. But immediately,
enemy
the camera
remaining.
proc, the kill from Poppin on the other end, the swarming of Nerve,
Sorry,
and
4A
the
is not bad.
8-4
4A is not
half
bad.
from
It's
Envy
very
here
manageable.
on the defense as we swap sides.
Extremely manageable.
And yeah, it felt, you know, statistically, yeah, QoR, they find the 5th here, but no, it is that back against the wall. You have all of the forces against you. You have to bite back, and Envy do just that. Now, Envy out on the attacking side. I mean, it's interesting. They did that 8 rounds on the defensive side, meaning that on the defensive side, they managed to do so well.
Spike planted.
You get to see in that replay how Eggster managed to find the double again onto players that were already chipped down in terms of HP and damage. That really played a role near the very end to pivot into Envy's favor. Now that they are starting things off, they're just being spread out still. Ion's got that spike. They have not dedicated into one area just yet. Looks like a mini stack towards A.
Sorry, we got this. We got this. No worries.
Just setting up utility. Poppin gonna fake or... It's weird because you can never read them on this minimap.
No,
Nice job.
it's
Timothy.
really tough to
Huge
gain any
shots.
sort of idea for what Envy has in store. Timotino, good counter pick to start things off in sewer. And so QoR can now take a heavier backseat for the A push that Envy looked to still double down upon. You've got
Nice.
Inspire on the attempted flank as well. He's only good for the 1. As you've still
4v2,
got
4v2.
kills going on the A side as well. 1 in A main, so now Kenzera has to jump forward for this 2v4. Shield still available,
Nice.
and he can't even apply it. There's too much in his way. So 4v1 now for Ion. Should be an easy pickup for QoR, followed by this defuse. Got so much to prep for, and yeah, can't cut it.
That was a headshot through the wall. That's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
The damage is not dealt enough. Darkest gonna get that defuse to start charging up ult early, and it's picked up by QoR. If QoR want to bring this back to a tie game to start making Envy sweat, the pistol is the perfect place to start here. QoR now gonna be buying up. Is Kenzera gonna go for another buy? I mean, they did go for a sheriff here. See if that stays post replay. I am really interested though, because last time we saw Kenzera do some silly stuff like this, it worked. It's Eggster going for the shenanigans. It's the maker of mischief himself. Wow, that's a tongue twister if I've ever seen
Extra's
one, but
forcing, bro. They
still,
like the force. Holy
see if
shit.
it works for Eggster.
Where is he gonna choose to go? Where is he gonna try and CP breach to? Looks like he just tried to get to sewer for free, and now he's looking
Nice.
for something on the
Timothy
free
ain't gonna
peek.
miss this
No
time.
one's close. Timo holding with the outlaw, playing extremely safe. Making sure nobody from
Damn.
Envy can get anything started. Poppin will
Bomb
grab a
short.
pick, but that is Spike now stranded, so the rest of Envy gonna just storm the battlefront here. Aftershock will divide the board up. Outlaw picked up by Kenzera, making it a little spooky for a second. Ion grabs actually a pick back with the shorty as well, but that
Nice.
should be everything
Good
that
trades,
Envy
good
have
trades.
in stock
Wonderful
for
trades
this
overall.
round 8-6 going into the bonus.
Yeah, huge stuff out of them, right? And we talked about how the roles at the very beginning fit Envy like a glove, but it seems like it's not the perfect fit just yet, especially up against QoR, who have found themselves in a slow ramp up here. Now, it's a little too early to say considering that we are only on the 3rd round of the half, but they have a pretty solid ground to work off of. On the flip side, though, Eggster, because they bought up previously, now are stuck with a Spectre.
Come on.
Very awkward indeed.
8-6 is good. 8-6
so
is
they'll
good.
try and
We
cradle
win this
him
bonus
on the
would be
way to
huge
an
for
easy
us.
breach
Huge
of
for us if we
sight.
win this bonus.
Already on the front door of B. Envy really turning up the tempo yet again. Won't hit it. That just
No,
yet.
they're coming
Waiting
to
for
you, brother.
Darkness. The Owl drone will get field here to send in the shield on Kainzera.
Nice,
Doesn't
no.
have the one. And on the runaway, they could do a good chunk of
Nice
Timotino's
Nerve.
health. But Nerve watching that sight to garage, and it's not done just yet. Cuts popping down pretty
Nice.
heavily. Timotino turned back on the Outlaw. One more shot at him. Has to TP away after that.
Come on, 3v2,
And the
3v2,
sight to
3v2,
Envy.
come on.
But at what cost? It's a 2v3 on the post plan. And now a dimensional drift from Timotino to confirm even sooner where they are.
Not on site.
They
Yeah,
know
he's not on site.
exactly how they're playing this post plant. And so Poppin now debating on playing out into it.
I'm back.
Has
They
to be
didn't
main,
get
yeah.
Inspire though.
Decoy.
TP's
Grenade is live.
to the rest of the stack. And a stun
One
on top of
enemy
Inspire. Poppin watching. Traded away though. It comes down to Inspire,
Oh.
who has not been seen until now. Timotino gives him a 1v1. That Logan
No,
doesn't
man.
clutch properly.
Oh,
Inspire.
You didn't see
clutches
him?
and saves the bonus for Envy. Hold
Oh
on,
my
God.
god, I didn't see him.
Someone find him some cheese. That was the rattiest play I've
Oh
seen.
my god, that
and
was
it
really
works.
patient by him.
It
That was
works.
really
It's
fucking
insanity.
patient. I can't even be mad about
Inspire, the master
smart
of
by him.
lurks and
Very
cheese and
smart.
finding it. Mastery of an agent high up on the board. And in those clutch moments, it comes on through. Huge props. And even more than that, clutching it out here. What it means for Envy is they prevent QoR from sneaking it away from them. The buy still looking rough considering they lost so many players. And it's going to be a very broken up rifle round.
Yeah, still so fragile here for Envy. They've got to be perfect, and this is a really
Damn,
good start
wall
of execution.
jumping is
Kainzera
crazy.
just barrels through Logan, holding on to that shield and the rest of the team as they'll get an easy plan on C-site this round.
And you just don't retake here if you're core. It's just like, there's no ultimates. Lackluster utility. Sure, Darkest does have some flashes and an aftershock to boot, but they've just gotten no space towards the C side of the map because all of the players are done and dusted. If anything, core needed to stall there for the rest of the team to come through, and they could not do that. If Timotino had an ultimate, or if they had a gate crash already set up, it's some possibility, but it's an impossibility now. And Envy start to be wary of it. This also means that Envy's now going to be at double digits, 10 on their map pick, starting to really showcase the power that they bring, the firepower that this squad has. Honestly, I want to see how close Kainzera is to drop in a really, no, okay, 14. I thought I was going to say drop in 20 or 30, something like that. It seems like the kill spread is there.
I will say, this is a statistic that I'd like him to hold on to. Ever since Envy was signed, I said this last time I casted Envy with Shift. Ever since Envy got signed, Kainzera has yet to get less than 18 kills on a map. I would love for him to keep that statistic because it's such an insane stat. Kane, look, Kane already has such an insane amount of unrealistic, stupid, like Wayne Gretzky type stats in these couple splits of challenges already. But something like that is just so, it's such a good display of how consistently Kainzera in a vacuum, on a base level, in every capacity, in every environment, can just frag.
Just straight murder.
That just speaks to his raw talent and ability. Rest of Envy, of course, doing incredible things as well. Eggster is matching Timotino blow for blow on this Yoru. Inspire, we gotta keep talking about this guy's ability to just seep into the cracks and crevices in more ways than just that. But man, this whole team has something fun to offer. It continues to be one of the most entertaining teams I've ever seen in Valorant.
It's so entertaining to just talk over and see how they play. Speaking of the play, QoR is now on a like light shield buy. On the flip side, though, it is Phantoms through and through. KaneZero the only one with a Vandal, and that's crazy work here.
Ooh, we almost got him too.
Or just spraying down this C lane. The damage to KaneZero, as well as gonna prod out that utility, Inspire. Look where he is.
What's up, Salamander?
Logan.
I don't know what language that. It looks
this, though.
Russian. I don't know what language
He's
that
the
is.
cam too.
And I
Understands
I
this is
don't know
going to be
Russian,
held.
So I
Inspire
hope it's
waiting
not
for
bad.
someone to come around the backside. Meanwhile, C-site's been taken over.
Nice.
Now
That's
Core
too
frags
bad.
back. Inspire dealt with as well. 3 players remain for Envy.
They're just going to be playing, I'm assuming, off of this Pop and Hunter's Fury. Eggster picked up an orb earlier, so they're trying to farm that up to work it in tandem, but it's just not going to be there. It's up to Ion on the site.
Let's have one Shadow Step available.
Nice, Logan.
Swings out on a Logan. Can't hack it. So it'll have to be a pretty early Hunter's Fury here.
Last player standing.
If Core has their way. Oh, Poppin is just
Yeah,
going to
he's
swing it
fixed it.
himself.
Good
He's
job.
not even going to use
Come
it. Envy will let him
Good job, good job. Yeah,
take
10-7
that
is
round
huge.
over and
Come on
give
now.
themselves another lifeline here on Haven at 7-10.
The lifeline has been called through. I find that interesting. I mean, I guess you do always want to see the Eggster Pop in combination of ultimates, but I think in that moment, it's just to try and succeed, carried away. Like I said at the start, near the end of my commentary at the start of the hit, is that it was really up to Ion there to try and go huge nuclear and just take as many players out as he could to then sway it in Envy's favor, because they were already at a disadvantage for the retake.
Core win, I know. Core win, easy, it's okay.
Who's next?
They'll give the C-site take again. It's just so swift and recyclable. No reason not to, especially with now this dimensional drift in hand. It's like maybe they were trying to go for some kills with the Hunter's Fury, but everyone's going to stay pretty far away. That kill contract, of course, can extend a little farther. Logan in the 1v1, and Kane,
almost.
what do you expect? 4v5 for the retake.
Well fought.
And Core have been doing pretty okay with their retakes, but with a player down and site teaming, I don't think it's going to be the same C retake.
Nice.
Shots
Oh,
through garage
wall
are
flash,
still
too.
good. Timo's now on site. Envy reading it. Salvos will force Eggster out. He's gone. Can't get a kill. His Nerf continues to hold the spike. They're just going to do it again.
Oh my god, they stick it.
Make it work a second time.
Oh my god, they're just gonna keep sticking it. Let's
So
go.
lost your hats off.
We
to
should have
Core
not
for
won that round, but
finding
it's
that.
okay.
Honestly, huge on them. Let them go the distance.
I don't know how we won
take
that.
us to map 3 here, because they had a lot of players on site. This is the thing I don't get. They invested ultimates into it. They managed to win some good fights, but they could not hold on to the site. Right? Like, this is just so unfortunate, because KaneZero does get this, but then immediately traded out. The site was swarming, teeming with players. And we have not seen a change out of Envy. This is the second round that they've leaned towards C and it hasn't worked. And yet again, we see the spike leaning its way towards C. Now, it is a change of pace, and they're going to try and go towards
That's what I'm saying, our retakes are being
garage/B.
The thing
It's
is,
a
we're
mid
all
control
dying.
rather than
We're
directly
winning the
towards
round, but
the
we're all
C
dying.
site.
So it's like,
But look
we're
who's
not really
there.
winning
Starkist.
our econ is kind of shit.
The fault line ready for the initial take, but KaneZero swings it back and turns this slightly their favor. Sheer now expired. They're gonna fully send in on this, and Logan not
Almost had
caught.
to.
Gets one for free. Armageddon on site to stall, but it's not gonna be enough. Now Envy can swing in themselves and take over
Man.
again.
If running into one site doesn't work, we're just going to do it onto another, right? It's like C was working. It's like, let's go C, let's go C. Oh, okay, let's go B, let's go B. So the song stays the same, the tune is there, and the rhyme scheme continues. But the people who are trying to innovate and adapt Core have only been left behind in the dust a little bit here. Envy has just been able to dominate through and through.
It's not good.
And now, I mean, it's just it's literally just me and Tenric sitting here waiting to see what's going to happen in the next round, because Core is going to go for a save. There is a little bit of a hunt, but other than that, I mean, it's got to be another change out of Core, because the only thing that Envy's changing is the site that they go to. The exits have been pretty similar. You allow KaneZero to send the contingency as well as the rest of the roster dumping utility onto it, and then you plant and either fight out and take a lot of space, or play a cringe post plant where you spam utility against them. Shock darts come through with lineups off popping, and there you go. There you are.
The real problem for me is that Envy is just starting to shake off everything that QoR are throwing back at the situation. I mean, there was an Armageddon thrown into that. There was a fault line right down the middle. There was a Vice set up on top of her shear that just expired. I mean, QoR was fully prepared for that. And Envy, they just don't care at this point. They're ready to just go for that same overwhelming force that Roy described that can just be that, unstoppable force that can somehow move that immovable object.
Oh, that's a little too close.
Darkest thinks better of it.
Could have been rough
Util
spacing.
hands. We're gonna be caught with util hands? No, we're gonna keep this crossfire set up. Mid push comes through here out of Envy as they want to just end this.
Searching for something for free, and they find it. Poppin' the ricochet with the shock dart as the spray down prevents him from leaving. That is tremendous work. But Timotino on the other side of that door is able to sneak in a kill onto KaneZera before backing away. So we're back to equal footing with 50 seconds on the clock, and Envy looks like they're going to try and press this B door again.
Ooh, Inspire looking to ult in here.
Got it.
Give me, and got the corpse. Get. Call the DJs in. This tune's got to change.
Ending A. Go A, they're ending A.
And to A this
Run
time.
run A, please.
Snarly, sticking close with this stun grenade. And Poppin's gonna get caught. He swings it. He wins it.
Oh my god, they're gonna run it back C.
Placed on, but Envy's already out of there. 20 seconds to go, and Inspire has crept up all the way to CT spawn.
They're running it back C. Please go back C. Come on.
Yet again in the 3v4.
Are they gonna play full retake? They are gonna play full retake.
And look at the advanced position that we see out of Envy. All right, Ion, Inspire, they have it. I would hope they have it locked down. They're very mechanically gifted on their own. Eggster's gonna go and bolster Inspire out here
Inspire
as well.
only gets one here.
But Inspire can't hide in a corner. They have to swing for the fight.
No, he doesn't even get one. He doesn't even get one. Don't even give him one.
Eggster inches up. Ion wins his plant, so now he'll rush back to be able to cover. Huge paranoia that stalls it out. Now Nebula placed. Eggster swings it back again. It's a 2v2 as the spike has very limited time on it. You can start playing slow down. And as they're rushing on, Envy have all the advantage in the world. 1 for 1.
Nice!
Swings on right on the spot.
He's got it. He's got it.
HP. He holds on, and QoR will
Oh
too.
my god.
11-9.
Oh my god, that was stressful. Why is this so stressful?
Just immediately, everything was stacked for Envy. I mean, I called it out, right? The individual prowess on some of these players. Ion picking up theirs, Inspire not picking up theirs. Getting banged up instead, and now we go to this point, right?
Holy
they
shit,
fall
I'm
back.
stressed.
Eggster goes to the
Holy
peak,
shit, I'm
whiffs on Nerve, giving the 9th to Envy. Setup was there, but they could not succeed. Now they're going for another mid push down towards the garage side, but don't know if that's exactly where they're gonna go.
Timotino, big peek out, spots everybody from Envy. QoR will give them their space with its dimensional drift online. They know that Envy can kind of take whatever they want to.
Portal closed.
Envy is just slowly still just debating on where to go, right? They want to clear out garage fully before flooding into it. If they do try to end towards C, they have had the problems. They know what problems they need to address here. So it's about activating KaneZera.
Is it a double ult?
Dimensional drift.
Everything's on here. Timo and Eggster just running around. Timo will duck back. Eggster taking the corner. KaneZera taking the fight. Timotino quickly dethroned. Now the fight taken by Inspire. He will get his this time. And Envy have the structure to succeed. 5v3 as the Link retake has to come through now before Snarly even gets back over. He is so far behind, but Nerve continues to frag. Eggster continues to plan on top of these boxes.
They're just well coordinated.
And that'll be enough to trade over for the 4v1 that Snarly will have to retreat for. He doesn't even have a rifle fully for it. It's got a Guardian. Envy have 3 rounds of match point to work with here on Haven.
They're gonna be able to do whatever they want at this point. Getting so much control. Snarly's gonna be caught off by some point. Needs to hide away and does just that. I think honestly, even more than that, when it comes to Envy being on match point here, looming over QoR, becomes the question of which site are they going to hit. A has been kind of abandoned, I think, at this point. They haven't really hit towards A in a hot minute. On the other side of it, their C hit has looked a lot cleaner. The replay we see, right? It comes down to a lot of the timings out of Inspire and the positions that we see out of these individuals in terms of outplay. At this point, though, on the attacking side of Envy, they have not dedicated anything just yet. On the defensive side of QoR, they are trying to bolster up C in their garage space. Spire's been caught.
3 rounds. Come on. 3 rounds. 3 simple
Now
rounds. We got this.
Ball just falls forward. Takes the space.
Collapse on this. Is he gonna take this fight again? Wait for the creep up from Snarly.
Please tell me you clear this fucking box. Please tell me that. Please.
Watching
Thank you.
him. Oh,
Thank
Snarly
you.
finds the turn back. They're gonna try.
Oh
and
my
double
God,
down
you
on
got
this
one.
fight, but Snarly picks up a collab kill
Nice.
before it's all said and done. 4v3 as Envy tries to bum rush this site with the rest of QoR wrapping back from C. We got a big flank on the horizon here, nerds.
I mean, honestly, a flank will be good, but Eggster's holding on to it. I think they're trying to...
They're waiting out the contract?
Yeah, I think that was the goal, is like waiting out the ultimate.
Oh my God, wait, look at those.
For Cainzera to extend here, and he just doesn't have to, because Ion's already gotten into sewer, confirming all of this action. Rolling Thunder with very minimal time, and now everybody from QoR has to encroach. Cainzera now holding that fight, Eggster holding his. Kill contract for good measure, but it's too late. Ion's gotten his kill too. Everybody doing the work, and Envy continue to prove themselves after giving test after test. They will play to make the playoffs in their next round.
Wow. I mean, they have been... I mean, it's a clean sweep for Envy. And
Oh my
QoR,
God.
on the other hand, they were the dark horse. We had a
unlucky.
lot more support for QoR right now in the Preds and all that other fun stuff.
GGs,
but
GGs.
more than all of that, it just goes to show that you truly can
Yeah, no, we
never
did well
discount
wrong.
Envy.
No, we did
They
well. We did well.
had
GGs,
hard
GGs,
games,
GGs.
and yeah, they're a flashy team. But beyond all of that, they still have the fundamentals down, and they managed to adapt. Because a lot of the rounds didn't feel overcooked. It wasn't some set play strategy of, all right, we're going to pop in this, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, this is the checker pieces. This is where we go. And we throw a queen in there because why not? It'll be fun if we play checkers while playing chess. But that wasn't the case. It just felt like they got into it. On the side of QoR, I just want to give them hats off. They had a lot of discipline. They had a lot of strategy. They had a lot to go into it. But when one person is playing chess, another person is playing kickball,
Here's what it is. Thank you guys for watching.
it doesn't really work out.
Yeah, continuing to ascend to other levels, continuing to just show how mechanically gifted they continue to be and how much they continue to rise in every other aspect of this game. It's another dangerous run in the Swiss stage for Envy. They'll fight against TSM for the first spot in playoffs in the upcoming rounds. We'll have the desk speak about the match we just watched.
Come back next week for the games. GG's, guys. Boo bye, boo bye. Thank you guys for coming.